What is going on, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Thursday evening? My name is Eric, and welcome to Q2C VR Gamer Live. We are a weekly VR talk show. There's live every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, where we go live to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Kick, sometimes TikTok when Todd can get his shit together. But if you can catch us live, you can always catch us afterwards on your favorite podcast platform. But before we go any further, let me say hello to my partner from the great Canadian Northwest, where he looks way better at his meta avatar than he does in real life. Everybody wishes some Dominic a belated happy 16th birthday. Happy birthday, Dominic. Todd Jackson, you're an old man. What's going on, dude?
Hi diddly ho diddly. It's doing awesome. This is a little weird.
This is a little weird. It's not not something you normally do or see, but it's cool. I'm liking it, I think.
Yeah. You don't look quite as creepy as you did the first time around I saw your avatar thingy.
Why would you say I'm creepy? That's rude. I'm not creepy. D, am I creepy? D, I think D thinks I'm creepy. D,
no,
is it creepy? D? It's not creepy.
Yeah,
you said it wasn't creepy.
No, it's I was. What happened?
Is it creepy when I do it in this voice? Though?
It makes it just a little.
When I do it in this
weirder.
voice, it's a little creepy.
What's going on, D? How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I actually thought I was going to be late for the show.
Yeah,
because I was streaming. I started with Wanderer.
That's awesome.
I never played it. It's pretty cool. And then actually got into Helldivers. So played that
Cool.
for a bit with a couple of guys you might know, Jim Hall and Roots.
Jim Hall, everybody.
Jim Hall, everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Helldivers is pretty cool, man.
so good.
I'm really liking that game. I'm glad you're streaming. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It is cool, man. I like Helldivers a lot. It's got a really good gameplay loop. If I could figure out how to play this damn thing in VR, it would be perfect. Because I've tried. There's a Starship Troopers game that came out not too long ago, still in early access. It's actually not. It's pretty good, but it's not Helldivers. It's nowhere near as good as Helldivers. But I can play that in VR with the UEVR mod. But Helldivers is not made on the on a UV. It's not Unreal Engine.
And it might be hard to play if it was, because it's got that anti-cheat.
Yeah, it's got a special anti-cheat in it, which kind of sucks. It's weird, it's weird that they won't let you in.
What up, Alex?
Because it'll assume that it's a cheat and it won't let you in.
Right.
It'll kind of you actually can get yourself banned to where you lose your account completely if they catch you in a cheat.
Yeah.
And for some reason it believes that the VR mod that makes it work is a cheat, so it won't let you do it. But maybe who knows? At some point, maybe we'll just have to make our own game, our own Helldivers game.
Whoa, I'm off for that.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Todd, how was your week? Happy birthday to your son Dominic. Is he watching?
He might be. I haven't seen him in chat, but I know he's upstairs in his room watching YouTube, so he might be watching.
He's 16 years old now, which is pretty cool.
I know. And he's almost taller than me. And,
is he to that point yet that you can't discipline him anymore? Like,
oh no,
he'd be like, Dad, I'll just kick your ass. You're old, and I'll just
no.
That happens in every father-son relationship. When you realize as a father and a son that your son can probably kick your ass, and you're no longer in that position.
Yeah, I remember when that happened with my dad.
I remember when it happened with my dad.
And,
you know what I mean? My dad was strict, man, and if I got out of line, he would put me back in line physically.
Oh yeah.
And I remember that one time where he went to do something, and I started to like pull my fist back, and he was like, "Okay, hold on, let's calm down here."
Okay.
That was that was the last time for that. But there's a time in every father-son relationship. It doesn't happen with mothers and daughters, right? There's like not that. Not that I'm taking, that whole domination thing is kind of over. I can't wait till he kicks your ass, dude. It's gonna be awesome.
I know. I got to start working out again because it's coming.
Yeah,
He'll be big.
He's just flipping you around. He's already bigger than you.
My daughter's like the divisional champion for wrestling, so I'm more concerned about her kicking my ass than.
Oh my God! Yeah, your daughter's gonna kick your ass too. You have no chance in your household. Your wife would probably kick your ass.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I used to be the king of this house, but not anymore.
Not anymore. Not anymore. What's going on, everybody? How are you doing? Thanks for coming in. Yeah, it was a little. Me and Todd thought it would be cool. We've seen everybody come in as their persona. We haven't seen people come in as. Do we lose Todd?
No, I'm still here. I took away my quest view and just got my avatar view.
Yeah. So it was. I thought it was cool because we've seen people come in as their personas, and we've always before seen people come in as their avatars, but not like with each other at the same time. Not that I know of anyway. But I thought it would be, we've been talking about doing this for a while, so I thought it would be cool if we came in and see, the difference between what you look like as your avatar and what Apple looks like with their avatars. You're in immersed right now, which is cool. So you're in immersed. Have multiple screens going, I assume, somewhat very similar to what I'm doing. You're in your Quest 3.
I can turn this around. You can't see what my screens are showing me, but you can see how I've got my screen set up. So I've got all my show notes and stuff above me.
Mm-hmm.
And then very YouTube and chat and stuff over on the side. And I'm sitting out on the top of some mountain in Fiji, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You know what is cool though is Immersed is coming to coming to Apple.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it's gonna be weird to do because one thing I do like about Immersed that you cannot do in the Apple, as far as I know, I haven't figured out how to do it yet, is you can't curve the screens. You can curve screens in Immersed, right?
I can, yeah, and I can curve them all independently. So like the big one in front of me is curved, but this little one above me is flat because it's too small to be curved. It looks silly. So
yeah, I can have 12 screens up at a time, which is great. Any size I want, any placement I want, I can move them around. I can elongate them to make them like, narrow and long. You know who loves it when it's narrow and long, D?
My mom!
I can make it so it's wider and fatter. You know who likes it when it's wider and fatter, D?
Baba Booey.
Yeah, he does. But yeah, I mean, you can control everything, which is great. I can have 12 screens, but you can kind of do that with Immersed, right, Todd? But you can do maybe a couple things extra.
So I can set up just regular desktop resolutions of any sort up to 4K, and I can have that in portrait or landscape. So I can have tall screens or wide screens, and I can have up to 5 virtual screens. So my computer has 2 screens on it. So I can have 5 virtual ones, so I can have a total of 7 monitors if I felt like it.
You know what's
I've done
weird,
it
though?
with 5, and there's just too much shit going on. It just wasn't efficient for me for a regular workday. Like this is my regular workday. I sit in here with 3 screens or 4 screens and work.
I really want the curved screens though, like you have. Like I think that's going to be cool because it's something I've tried to do a couple times. I'm like, oh, there's got to be a way I can do this, and there really isn't. Not that I've figured out. There's no way to curve the screens in any way. Tycho Tech is here. He says the Vision really needs curved screens. It does. I think it does. I think
you can see the curve of that black screen.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Look at that.
I can make it flat.
Yeah, and this is something that Apple can absolutely do, right? Like, and they probably will. They could do a software update that allows you in some way to manipulate and curve the screen. You know what I found out, which I absolutely love, is basically I can control Restream with my hand gestures, which is super cool. So basically, I can just grab a screen and I can switch it just by that hand gesture. So it's not it's not just the applications that are in the Apple Vision Pro that you can manipulate with your hands and hand tracking. I'm actually manipulating what's happening inside of Restream just with simple hand gestures. And we talked about last week. We talked about the difference between the hand tracking of the Quest 3 and the Apple Vision Pro, and where we agree that, or I agree that the hand tracking for games is much better with the Quest 3, but the micro gestures and manipulating the UI, manipulating menus is super easy. I mean, this is so cool, man. Being able to do this.
That's cool.
Yeah. So this is my first time in Restream as a persona or in the Apple Vision Pro headset. So kind of just testing things out for the first time. Guys, let's say hello to our chat, and we're not going to stay the whole show in like this because it's kind of been done, but I thought it would be cool for us to just see the difference. I will say one thing, Todd. You can do a lot of things that I can't do. I can do some things that you can't do, which is this.
Yeah, I can't do that with the Quest 3. I can with the Quest Pro,
Yeah.
but I can't with the Quest 3. Yeah,
I don't think you can do it
face
as good
tracking.
though. I don't think the face tracking is still not as good in the Quest Pro.
It's
I
actually
was kinda
not
hoping.
bad. The updates,
No, it's not bad, but it's still not. The Apple Vision Pro is amazing.
well, it's just much more realistic, right? Like I can make the same faces, but it's just cartoony.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do all that stuff too.
Yeah.
But right, it's weird. See, because normally when I'm in here with multiple people, I'm on my Quest Pro. So I generally don't have the camera on. And
Right.
not seeing my mouth move is a
Mhm.
little weird. Because normally my mouth's moving when I'm talking.
Yeah, right.
With the Pro
With
on.
yeah, exactly. And you know what's different too here is I haven't used the new update to redo my persona. This is still the persona I did day one with the headset. I haven't I think it's fine, and I haven't used it enough since then to to want to go change it. And I will. I'll probably try and change it next time I get a chance. Maybe this weekend if I have a little more time. I'll play
Right.
with it and do that. But yeah, I mean I think it looks pretty good. It looks okay. I think the more time you take with recording your face,
For
the
sure.
better it'll
Yeah.
be. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Agreed.
And certain things look weird. Like I thought it was cool that it actually brought my hat in that I was wearing.
Yeah. And it's
And
three dimensional too. Like it's
yeah,
not just like a weird flat hat on your face.
yeah,
Good
it
stuff.
doesn't do it perfectly. Don, can you draw me in so I'm like on the main screen so my persona is big? That's me. So if you look at me, like you can see, like if up
Oh yeah.
close,
It's
you
kind of
can
like
see like my hat is
fading into
like.
your eyebrows.
Yeah, it doesn't pick it up like perfectly. It's like a little bit hazy, and it looks like threads almost in there. Okay, you can put it back.
Spider webs. Yeah, that's pretty
It's
cool.
weird.
Let's
You can
put
put
that
it. You can
back.
put it
Yeah,
back. It's weird.
let's put that
It's
back.
not weird, Ash. Remember, it's not weird.
It's weird, D. How dare you tell me it's not weird?
It is freaking.
It's
weird.
only weird when I do it in this voice.
Yeah, right.
That's the only time it's weird.
It's pretty cool. So like right now, I'm
Creep-
looking at all my
creepy
monitors,
AF.
plus I'm looking at what's in the headset too. So I have my regular monitors. I have my show notes over here. I've got some news sites open in front of me here. XR Update is open in front of me currently on my computer, and I have a couple other screens open. And then like virtually, I've got Restream open right here, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? And then over here, I've got YouTube open, and I can see all the chat in the YouTube. Jay Bratt is here. What's up, Jay? How you doing, man?
So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Can you
shoot.
make your persona not landscape like that, or not portrait?
I don't think so. That's probably a better question for Brad. But I don't think so.
And can you see your
Um,
hands if you put your hands up in front of your face?
Wait. It was earlier, but yeah, there it is.
Oh, there.
I gotta get to where the camera is, but yeah,
Right.
it's not actually my hand. Yeah, it's kind of my hand.
It looks kind of like
Ghost.
your hand. Yeah.
It's ghost. Oh, it wants to start moving things though. Don't do the pinching. Yeah, I have to get it like, in front of the camera, and then it.
This is another cool hand gesture that Immersed has that Apple should take note of. Is when I touch my ring finger and my thumb together, like that, it disables my hand gestures. Like now I can move things around. But when I do this again, now I can't move anything around, and I can do whatever I want, and it doesn't screw up my screens. Yeah,
that's super cool. All right, let's say hello to our chat, and maybe we'll jump out of the persona. Or we'll jump out of our personas, my persona, your avatar, after we say hello to chat.
Sounds good.
Let me scroll up to the top.
Way up.
All right, we have Chris 9989. It says Thursday already. Tasselhoff is here. Sorry we started late tonight, folks. I had some things going on with my daughter and practice and things like that didn't get me home until late. Mepper is here. Ryan B, the handy capable gamer. Q creator. Todd is here. Air Force One is here. Chi-Town D says, word, y'all. Yeah. Arlen Kundert is here. GT Racer. Hello.
I have to say
fellow
hi to
gamers.
Tiff. Hi, GC.
Oh, it's Tiff
She
here. What's up,
popped
Tiff? How are you doing? Let's see. GT Racer. Bluebell is here. Air Force One, I said. Q Creator. Techno Glitch. Interesting. Why are you not allowing me to roll? Ah, there we go. Let's see. Brandon VR. Orland Hooper's here, Todd. Orland Hooper's jacked, yo. Yes, he is. In VR or non-VR, he is jacked. VR
That's
Spry guy is here. Pico guy is here. Q2C VR Gamer gifted 5 memberships earlier, Todd.
Amazing.
We have updated our memberships, guys. Our memberships we used to have like 2 levels now. We made it one level to be part of the Q2C VR gamer family. It's $2.99 a month. And it goes right to helping us kind of pay for some things here at the channel, which is always helpful. So if anybody would like to either continue, if you're already one, that would be awesome. Or if you want to sign up or maybe gift a membership, you're always welcome to do so. And I think we'll start doing that more often, just throwing some memberships out there to begin the show. I thought it was cool. Let's see. Who else do we have here? Zell2318, Arlen Kundert, I think I said. That's the 11, Air Force One, I think I said.
Why are you hiding Technoglitch?
Did I hide Technoglitch? I missed him?
No, he was hidden and then he was
okay.
So
I might have done it by mistake with my hand gestures here.
See, Tech, I got you.
Rattlehead 9026 is here. Blue Rudy is here. Kubo 92, TBCVR Gaming. Chatty is here. Substatica, what's up, dude? Who's wearing Eric's face
Creeper
mask?
Betty is here.
Is she here? Alex, you said you called him out early. What's up, Alex? How you doing, dude? Creeper Betty. Betty, where you been? Where you been all my life, Betty? I don't know where you've been. Betty hates me now. She doesn't talk to me. Right, we got problems. It's trouble in paradise.
It's because you're taking too long with Mother Gunship.
Yeah, I know. It's an issue. It really is an issue. Let's see. Who else do we have here? Fourth Wall Breaker, Tycho Tech. Roku is here. Who else? Ollie VR Ports. I said Tasselhoff, I think. Evie Man versus Gas. What is up, dude? How are you? Jay Bratz. Chris 9989. I think he was the first one. And I think I'm calling up Michelle B. Cool. That is our list. If I missed you, it's all Todd's fault. Betty says I could never hate you. Oh, thanks, Betty. I appreciate it. What about my persona? Could you hate my persona? It's weird.
It's weird.
It's weird. We got a lot to talk about tonight, guys. It's going to be a cool night. We had some interesting news today for PlayStation VR 2 that we're going to talk about. We had some interesting games come out this week. A highly anticipated game that came out this week. Let's say some mixed reviews. And then we had another game that had kind of come out this week too that Todd played that has some issues. So it's been a weird week for Meta and the games. There are a whole bunch of games dropping this month. There are some games dropping that nobody's heard of yet this month. That have yet to drop yet. So it's an interesting month. We do have games coming in a typical time where we don't see a ton of games. Yeah, I mean, Stranger Things is one I want to talk about. I want to talk about some of the new PlayStation VR 2 games that were announced too. A couple of them I think look pretty
couple of them look really good. Yeah.
Army, what's it called again? Zombie Army.
Zombie Army
VR. Which Zombie Army was a flat game, but Zombie Army VR looks fantastic. By the way,
I can't.
What do you say, Todd? Let's get out of these headsets.
Yeah, and then we can chat about these games. I got some trailers we can show, and we'll
do that. All right.
While they do that, just so one of my favorite games, The Light Brigade. It's been 1 year since that was released on PlayStation VR 2. And it looks like they're doing, let's see, there's some kind of roadmap that was released. So, let's see. There's a Shadow Hunter update. Ooh, new playable class, new world, new content coming up. Let's see.
What's the roadmap update for Light Brigade?
Yeah, I just saw it. So yeah, 2024 Shadow Hunter update 3.0, new playable class, new world, new content.
Interesting.
And then let's see, Covenants of Fate update 4.0. It says new covenant system and more.
Ooh.
So
Light Brigade keeps on giving.
Hey, 1 year, dude. I love that freaking game. Like,
have you beaten it all the way through? With all the classes?
I mean, maybe not all the classes, but I found the class that I love. So it's kind of hard to stray from that one.
Yeah.
But how you were with After the Fall, I just want to play Light Brigade.
That's cool.
But I can't because there's so much other stuff.
There is a ton of stuff to be played,
Did we go off the air?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay. For some reason, I thought, okay, we're back. Okay. I lost this for a minute. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. What were you saying, D?
I don't know. You derailed my train of thought, man.
Literally everything on YouTube just went black for me for a minute. It was weird.
Panic! Oh my god!
Yeah, big panic. All right, that was fun doing
Yeah.
doing that in the headsets. It's cool. I think I don't know. The avatars are cool. I think it's going to get better and better. Like literally, they've had updates already. I think we're going to see more updates soon with that. Um, I get where it's cool. Like I see where it's going with it. Like that's a huge upgrade over your meta avatar. I mean, your meta avatar looks cool for a cartoony character avatar, but to have something close to real life, it's pretty damn cool. Like if you want to see, if you're calling your mom and say you both have say it's a more affordable headset, you happen to both have them and you can FaceTime each other, and you haven't seen your mom in 5 years, but you actually feel like you're seeing your mom now for the, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
in the headset. Okay, so if you liked your mom,
Oh yeah, this is probably
I
a bit.
do like my mom. Just because we don't have the best relationship
I
out
got you.
there doesn't mean I don't care
Okay,
about
how about like
real
you love
friends.
me? So how about me and you? Like we haven't seen each other in person in a long time. We want to hang out. We hang out as avatars. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's cool.
It's a little creepy. It's gonna get better.
A little, and that's what I'm hoping, because I don't know, man. Like I go into VR to escape
Yeah, and a lot of people are like
Weirdness.
that, and
the
I've had
real
that
stuff,
conversation with a bunch
you
of
know?
people, and
So
they prefer not to have real avatars because that's why they're in VRs to get away from all that stuff. So I think it has its place
exactly.
though. Like that example of calling a family member and stuff and doing personas over,
I
talking about whatever is
think
fine.
Dude,
about
but
think about like a grandmother and a granddaughter. You live like
that's true.
thousands
Yeah.
of mile away from each other, and you want to like get in. If a grandmother or grandfather or granddaughter or grandson wants to see their grandkids, you know what I mean, and tuck them in at night, and you get on a quick FaceTime call with your personas. I think that'd be pretty damn
not-
cool, man.
I'm already getting a headache just thinking about it, because I used to live 25 minutes from my mother, and I tried to help her over the phone with her
Can you imagine
DVR.
trying to help
Uh,
your grandparents with
And
an
I
Apple
was
Vision
like,
Pro
it's
headset?
right here. I'm looking in the here and here and here. I can't. Fine, that's it. I'm driving to your house. And I drove 25
Yeah.
minutes because I could not explain it over the phone. So
What's very cool about Apple, and I'll say this about a lot about Apple products in general. I am not an Apple fan. Like I have a Samsung, Android phone. I'm not a iPhone user. I don't like a lot of their ecosystem. I just am very comfortable with the Android phones. But what Apple does extremely well, and they're not innovators normally. They come in after things have been done and just make it better. So, but they do make it better. Like to me, their UI is so intuitive, especially in this headset. It's so much easier to use than the Quest. Like again, one of the reasons people are saying now, like, well, a lot of things in the Apple Vision Pro I can do in the Quest, but most people don't do them because they're a bit of a pain in the ass to do in the Quest. And in the Apple Vision Pro, it's just super easy. Like literally getting into Restream I messaged Todd earlier and he's like, "Are we doing this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I have no time though to set up. I'm literally coming home. I'm gonna push the show back a half an hour, but I have no time. I don't know how this is gonna work. Does it work with Restream? And you're like, "I don't know." I'm like, "I don't know either."
I don't know. Try.
But literally, I put the headset on. I opened up a browsing window, and I typed in Restream, and it clicked me in. It showed my persona on the screen. It picked the mic I wanted to use for the headset, and it automatically brought it in. So it's just as simple as that. So the learning curve with Apple,
They've always been good at that, right?
yeah,
They kind of pride themselves on that usability because everything they have is the same. The iPad, the iPhone, in every iteration, the UI is almost the same across the board. So it's
definitely.
smart.
Arlen Cunder says Apple needs more than just FaceTime for personas. They also need an actual social VR metaverse style
They
environment.
do.
And I think that's got to be coming, right?
It's
Like
gotta be
that.
coming.
I mean, Apple's not dumb. I mean, they know that they need something like this. They have these personas which are pretty special. There are people in the headset now, so it's not like if they do something, nobody will be in there because there's nobody with the headset. There's probably not as many as they hoped, but or
Right.
maybe there is, but and it may not be something we see in this iteration. But I mean, I think either for the end of this life cycle one or close to the new one, I think you're going to see a couple of different social environments or social applications where you can go in like a VR chat or any of the other social places where you can do things. I'm curious how they do the whole body avatar, and how that's
Yeah.
going to work.
And if they're going to allow third-party companies to use different avatars, like, do you have to use your persona everywhere?
I would say they'd probably have to
would be
use a
bad.
persona, though. Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. If you want to make yourself into something else,
like if you wanted to use your Ready Player Me
Yeah.
avatar inside a VR chat or something, like, or do you have to use your persona? Would be weird if you had to. Weird.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. I mean, the whole idea of being able to become something else in in the metaverse is important for people. To express themselves in a different way. So I think they probably will allow that. I think they will absolutely have somewhere that's Apple controlled that will be just personas, though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
You
there'll be
know?
some sort of social gathering app or something where it's
Mhm.
all personas. Yeah, I could totally see that.
Yeah. I mean, I think the persona thing is super cool. Like where it's going, like seeing this, seeing the persona and seeing how it works and how it functions. Literally, I mean, w- where this is what we are now. What's this going to look like in 2 years or 3 years? Like
Yeah.
it's going to be so real that you have to start worrying about like who's really talking to you. Like
Yeah.
at that
Is it
point.
real? Is it AI? Because it's catching up too, right? So
I mean, you already have AI voices. I mean, like you already have people calling people that are it's an AI voice and it's like their husband or wife and they're saying something that's not them.
is
That's
that
happening
creepy? Yeah.
now. You know what I mean? So if that
Crazy.
happens and then you get somebody copying your person or your image perfectly, you're gonna have to like have secret passwords if you're calling somebody. Like,
Right?
just give me my safe word.
What's my safe word?
My mom is my safe word.
Yeah. Mine's pineapples.
Now everybody knows your safe word, Todd. Oh man. All right, but let's get into it. Let me find my show notes here now that I've got everything moved around. Let's talk about PlayStation VR2 titles coming this year. We have some PlayStation VR2 titles that I kind of want to talk about. And the first one was Zombie Army. I think GT covered it like and was talking about it, or he had a post out at how good it looked. Let's roll the video on Zombie Army for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. And man, this looks good, Todd.
It
I'm
does. It
excited.
looks really good. I like this one.
Product not yet rated.
Alpha Squad, if you can hear me, you need to get out of there. Now!
Nice.
Wish listing.
You know what we need?
Looks
You know
so
what we
good.
need in VR?
It's cross-platform too.
You know what we need in VR?
Yes.
We need more zombie games.
Right? There's not
Yeah.
enough zombie games.
I know. That's what I was just thinking the other day. I'm like, you know what we don't have is zombie games. We need more, a lot more. Like every
You know
game
what?
needs to
As
be a
long
zombie.
as they're done well, I could have every game a zombie game. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
They got to be done good. This looks really good. I have high hopes. I hope
Wish
it's not
list.
janky.
Tiff, you know what we need more in VR?
Why'd you have to say the
Zombie
J word?
games. Oh shit. You should play. You should.
Jinx it with the J word. Is that what you're saying?
What's the J word?
Janky.
The jankness.
Dude, stop saying
I
it.
said it again.
Why can't we say janky? I don't understand.
Dude, come on, because there's enough bad
Bad-
stuff that happens with game releases now. We don't need anything.
know,
we
right?
don't need to put it out
No,
there.
I know. No jank.
No J.
No jank.
No J.
But I'm down with that game. It looks freaking super cool. I love the
It looks
atmosphere of it.
great.
Melee looked like melee. Looked like you had some kind of
Melee.
exploding
Melee.
zombies as they get too close to you.
That guy looked
Um,
like he had an
Yep.
IED on his chest or something, right? Just strapped
Yeah.
to him. That was cool.
Is that like a birth control
Ugh.
system?
An IED?
Too funny. You know who? Never mind. Yeah, I mean, it looks cool. I mean, I like the way it almost looks like Call of Duty kind of zombies in the way they went with like a almost like a Germany type,
Yeah. World War II-ish
War II.
setting.
Yeah, but that was cool.
Isn't this from the Sniper Elite?
Is it? I don't know.
Game?
I that could be. I don't. I know it's a flat title. It's not a title I've ever played flat.
Right.
Like, I don't follow a ton of flat games, so
I believe. Hold on,
could
let me
be.
check.
It's
something
very
real
possible. I
quick.
know it's a very popular flat
Right.
game. But it looks great. I think the visuals look fantastic. Some of the gameplay to me looks a little off, I guess. I don't know in some of the things you're doing. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's a trailer, right? So
It's the developer of Zombieland.
no way.
Oh, same
Zombieland?
publisher, Rebellion,
Really?
Zombieland.
Yeah, it's Rebellion.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
The
And
publisher,
Sniper
yeah,
Elite,
'cause-
actually.
yeah,
The publisher is
Yeah.
Sniper Elite, but the developer is XR Games, which is
XR Games,
Zombieland.
which is exactly.
Yeah.
Very cool, man. And it coming to all platforms.
You know it's going to
know
be
what I mean?
good because they've got it down with zombie games. So
Yeah, and then the shooting they do too for sure. So
And it almost looked like that last zombie where they sniped it, like it had like
Sniper Elite.
that Sniper Elite-esque, the X-ray.
yeah, right. But this
I
looks like
love that
it
part of
looked
that game.
there. Everything they showed there to me looked single player. I didn't get a sense of multiplayer. I was
same.
hoping for like a Back for Blood type of multiplayer kind of thing there. That would be cool.
I'd take a multiplayer horde mode.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, that could be. But yeah, I think it looks cool. Coming to all platforms, which I thought was great. I thought it might be a PlayStation VR exclusive, and then I saw reported in a couple different places, and then on that trailer again, it shows Quest, Steam, PlayStation VR 2.
Yep. I requested it on Steam.
Yeah, there
I
you go.
think-
That would be
I
awesome.
think it's going to be cool. Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
I'm just browsing through their website, and there is no mention of multiplayer. So
Doesn't mean there
yeah,
won't
exactly.
be.
Player progression, weapon modifications, all that kind of jazz is in there. So that'll be cool.
And I can't wait. More zombie games? I mean, who doesn't want more zombie games? We need more.
How can you be after the Fallout, man, Bacardi B?
What?
That game's been
Well,
out.
yeah, but you know what? Bacardi B has played so much.
I know.
Bacardi B's probably played more after the fall than I have.
Really?
Yeah.
Barely fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went in there a couple of weeks ago and it was
Did
rough.
you play the new levels when you went in there?
I got through half of the one on my own with bots.
So what do you mean by
there
rough?
was nobody. I
It was
wait.
rough because you didn't do very well, or rough like because you thought it was like the gameplay was.
Well, probably because I was with 3
Oh,
bots.
okay.
And
Yeah.
on
But everything
veteran
looked good and played
or
good, right?
whatever. Oh God, yeah.
They got the game pretty well set.
Yeah.
I want to play.
Wow, Michelle B says they
gotta
played
play
after the
those
fall
new
last
maps.
night.
Yeah, that's great.
That's cool, man.
I haven't played
love
after the fall in 8 months, probably.
I haven't played
A
after. the
long
fall.
ass time.
I haven't played the new maps still, and
No,
they've been
I
out
haven't
for
played the
how
new
long
maps either.
now?
You know what was cool is Todd and I and the Impact team had a chance to go to Vertigo Games,
Mhm.
and when we were over there in Rotterdam, and we got a chance to go to their studio and like hang out, see some of their stuff, hang out with Fred. They had like a
Some pictures with Fred.
there.
Yep.
Yeah, it was cool.
Oh wow.
But they had like artwork up from after the fall. They had like the big like bust of
gauntlet dude.
Juggernaut head and everything.
The
Yep.
Yeah,
jug.
full like life
Oh.
size. That was cool.
I want to see that. Ugh.
Yeah, it was super cool. It was really cool.
And see, Bacardi B was like, we got to the point our team was playing horror matches with base pistols for fun.
Yeah, I mean,
That's how much
yeah.
Wow.
When you get there to that point, that's what happened to me. Is like the problem with me, and this probably happened to a lot of people, is they broke the game literally, and I was having such a good time in the horde mode. Then they broke the horde mode, and I lost interest in it. But it bothered me so much that, and you guys know that I absolutely love that game, but it bothered me so much that I don't want to go back in here anymore. It like would piss me off to the point where, and then they didn't fix it, and that made it worse. And I
It
just
took a
got mad.
long time to fix. Yeah.
It took months,
Yeah.
like months and months and months, and it was to me it was a big part of the game because I had already been through everything else. You know what I mean? Once you clear everything else, for me, the horde mode playing with my friends was a lot of fun. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was something that we
Yeah.
were all enjoying, and we had to stop basically because of what it was. Like literally, I was streaming it every Saturday doing horde mode runs.
Mhm.
And then they had remember they had the new map, the new mall map, horde mode, and then it broke. Like literally, they had it like that. That was like a week old. That map, and then it
Right.
broke, and then it took like 3 months for them to fix it. And then it lost me by that point.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool. All right, let's so yeah, I'm very interested in that game, Todd. Let's see what else we have coming up for PlayStation VR 2 this coming year. We don't know dates yet for some of these, but
No, but they are all announced for 2024, so that's a good sign.
yeah, and this was announced it was announced during the anniversary with the anniversary of the PlayStation VR 2. They just kind of threw a couple of these and some of them we knew were coming, but like, you know,
But did that annoy you? That annoyed me.
what's that?
Why did they make a blog post about all this and all the crap that they had in the state of play? Why was this not part of the state of play? Why did the state of play not just get pushed back by 2 weeks so that it could have coincided with the PlayStation VR 2 anniversary and have all this shit in there? It would have been awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if like Little
I don't care.
Cities or the Wizard Dark Times maybe shouldn't have warranted a state of play entrance, but I think you could have definitely done Zombie Army and Wanderer as part of the state of play,
Yeah.
and a couple of the other shitty, shitbox title flat titles that were in the state of play could have been blog post mentions
Right. That's
instead.
what I mean. Yeah.
I mean, I get it. They're
Just
gonna
seems
want
like a
to
miss.
they're gonna cover their major things, but to me, I mean, like, what you were hitting on crap there. You're gonna show me foam stars again for the how manyth time?
Yeah, right?
Like, would you rather show foam stars again for the 20th time, or
Or
is it okay
that.
is it okay to show me
Zombies
something
in
new?
VR.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have
Um,
been better, I think.
I remember I was killing
Especially
them
when
for
you're trying to
showing.
get people to go into PlayStation VR 2. You're trying to entice people to buy this goddamn thing.
Yeah.
And then all the VR games get a blog post and all the flat games get a state of play. That just seems
Yep.
terrible marketing.
And then, I was getting on them because they were showing Helldivers again. It was the first trailer they showed in that state of play, and I'm like, man, they're showing Helldiver again, but goddamn, it's such a good game. They could show it every day now. I don't care.
Yeah.
I watch it. Literally, I'm in love with this game. Like I'm a level. It's not easy to level up once you get past a certain point. I'm at level 13 already.
Yeah.
And what happened was Todd and D, it was broken for a week where it was almost impossible to get in because the
Oh, right.
servers
Yeah.
were so full.
Multiplayer, the servers were so full. That's right. I
Yeah.
remember that.
So like I
Mhm.
wasn't even able to play as much as I wanted to. There was some nights I couldn't play at all. I'm already level 13 and it's not easy to it takes a long time to level up. This game is so freaking good, man. It's like all I want to do now is play this game. But I did play some VR this week too. Finally, it's been a little while, but I told everybody I haven't touched the headset besides my Apple Vision Pro, but I did play quite a bit of VR in the last couple of days. But we'll get to that after this. All right, let's see what was the other. Let's see the other game we had here, Todd, for PlayStation VR 2.
I do have trailers for Little Cities Bigger, Wanderer, and the Wizard's Dark Times.
Very cool. We love Little Cities.
Cool.
This is a cool game, man.
I haven't played that in
that's
forever,
cool
man.
game.
Fun.
So does
Yeah.
this? I'm confused. So does this mean it's coming to the PlayStation VR 2, or is this just a
Coming
new?
March. I think.
So it hasn't been released on it yet.
Oh no, it doesn't say. It just says wish list.
Yeah, so
Hasn't been released yet.
right.
Not
Okay.
on PSVR 2,
I
and
had,
it's
for some reason.
bigger.
Oh, you know, it was Cities. It was Cities
Oh,
Skyline
Cities VR.
that was already on PlayStation. I was like, I thought this was
Right.
already out. Okay, bigger.
Yeah, the bigger part is the customization of making your own land, your own islands and stuff, and connecting that. You can't do that with regular little cities. And of course, they have people now. The people update, which is pretty cool.
Nice people update, guys. We have a Scott Albright sighting in chat. It says Q2C and the D. You know who else loves the D?
I didn't say the D.
And D.
And is D's a person?
Scott with a 99.99 super chat. You rock, dude, man. You are always so good to us. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
Super.
Thanks for coming in. You missed it, Scott. We were kind of hanging out and wearing our headsets earlier.
Our avatars, yeah.
Doing the show in the
I was
Apple Vision Pro.
outnumbered.
I know.
Yeah,
know,
there's
we-
2 Todds, 2 Erics, and poor little D.
And poor little old D.
Poor little old D. It's all right. Next time, D. Next time.
Okay.
But yeah, this is cool. I mean, Little Cities is great. I'm glad that the PlayStation VR 2 community will have a chance to play it now. It's a really good game. It's to me, I like it better than Cities VR because it's more approachable.
Same. Yeah.
Cities Skyline is
Yeah,
like
Cities is
work. It's hard.
Too technical.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
very.
Well, Cities VR, Cities Skyline's flat game. Cities VR is
whatever it's called.
is the VR version of Skyline, I guess.
Yeah.
And it is extremely complicated. You have to set up the sewage system, the electricity, the water maintenance, and like it is amazingly complicated. But if you're into those kind of real life city sims, it's super detailed. Like it's won awards with Skyline on the flat game. So
Yeah,
it's
we
crazy.
have
This one is much more approachable, like you said. Like you can easily jump in there and play for an
Definitely.
hour and have a lot of fun. I had a great time. I finished this game. It was great.
Yeah, and there's even more now. Even since we were in there, there's a lot of things that they have a ton more content and different things that can happen to you. And like islands can have like volcanoes erupt, and there's weather pattern changes that can screw things up. And super cool. There's just a ton of stuff in here. We've had some people stop in. Scott, as we said, Scott Albright Pollinator has stopped in. Getting things done is here. What is up, dude? How are you doing?
Yeah.
Bear Hammer Games. I love that. Bear Hammer Games. Philosix has stopped in. What's up, everybody? Scott said he loves his Apple Vision Pro. Love.
That's good. I'm glad the honeymoon stage isn't over. If that's even the case anymore. Like it's been like a month, right? Like 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks. It's 3 weeks. And you said to me, that's what you said to me too. You're like, dude, you're in the honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
There's
maybe.
a ton of people that were, right?
think
Look at
so.
all the people that returned them.
There's not
I'm
as
glad
many
to
that
see.
returned them as I think it was reported, though. Like there definitely has been returns, but I think a lot of the returns were people that were planning on returning it no matter what.
True. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to me, if you had the money to afford it to where you were going to buy it and you really, really, really were going to buy it and not like just go return it right away, there's nothing here that disappoints me to the point where I'd ever think about returning it. Everything they told me it was going to be able to do, it can do. And everything I thought it could do, it can do. You know what I mean? So I don't like, I mean, there may be some people out there just like, maybe I don't get it, or maybe I thought it was going to be something more. But I mean, I would literally say that most people that are returning it are probably people that were like, I'm going to get it to try it, or I'm going to get it to create content around it, and then I'm just going to return it.
Yeah, $3,500 is too close to buying a brand new pinball machine. So yeah, no.
Right.
I can do way more than that in here. We can play pinball in here.
No. Real pinball machine, shaker motor, lights, all the pizzazz.
Yeah. Scott says, I have so many flights to wear this on and watch movies. I'm too excited for that alone. Absolutely. But I mean, just as long as you have Wi-Fi in the flight too. I mean, watching movies, but even just like sitting there and scrolling and like doing, checking your email and going through and watching a YouTube while you check your Twitter and like have 10 screens open, you know what I mean? Or I can go in and I can work and I can check my calendar and I can like make appointments and, do anything I can do on my laptop, I can do in here. If I need to create a Word document and start typing, I can do that in here. Especially because I ordered the keyboard, Todd. I told you this the other day, because I've been working in this thing so much. I work in it every morning. I try and get in a little time, and I get every night before I go to bed. I use it, and but I want to be able to type, and that's one of the only things I don't really like in it. And it's not because it's just this. It's anything virtual. When you try virtual typing, when you're just typing in air, it's very difficult because there's no feedback of where the button is, right? Now
Yeah.
it picks up your movements fine. Like it's not gonna. It'll track everything you want it to track. It'll eye track where you want it to go if you want to, or you can just button press it. You can pinch it to where it can be done. But if you want to type fast and be productive, for me, I need a keyboard. But they have
I'm the same.
with a magic. Have you ever seen this magic pad they have for this?
Yeah, I have the same one, and it works with the Quest 3 as well.
Oh, see, I'm gonna
Same
teach you
keyboard.
I'm gonna teach you how to work in your headset.
Oh, okay. Big part about it in the Quest 3 is like when I'm in like Horizon Workrooms or Horizon Worlds or even in Immersed, the Apple keyboard shows up in VR. I don't have to have a pass-through on. It's trackable. So I can pick it up and move it around, and my avatar picks it up and moves it around, and you can see it inside
Yeah,
the
yeah.
app, which is cool.
But Mr. Lloyd Beavis says you can use Samsung Dex with your Quest 3 in your phone, and you can, but
You can.
Dex is not great. Like I use Dex when
I
I'm
tried.
using my Roku glasses. I use Dex to maneuver in the glasses from my phone, and it's not great. It's kind of clunky, actually.
Yeah.
I
I
wish
did
it was
it for a little
better.
bit, and yeah, it definitely needs to be better.
Yeah. Literally, when I'm telling you guys, the UI is so intuitive in this headset, it's insane. Which again, 3,500 it should be, but literally, it blows my mind how easy it is to use this thing. Like literally, you can navigate anywhere so easily and just get to anything you want to get to. Like opening windows is so easy. It's just like a button press, and a new window opens up, and you put what you want there. And then you move it, and you change the shape of it, and put it over here, and it's locked in that spot. And and this is basically just out of the gate. Like we haven't seen, like people are just now starting to get headsets to start developing for. So what are we going to see a year from now or 6 months from now for applications that are not just Apple? Because that's the only thing that I don't like so far is there's not a ton of things that are meant just for the Apple Vision Pro. Like there are apps that are just Apple Vision Pro, but there's not many. There's not enough. But you can pull all your iPad apps in, which is cool.
Yeah. Well, they announced 1,000 more apps that are native to the Vision Pro last week, and then a bunch of people went looking for these 1,000 apps, and it turns out that's like 600 apps that tell you the time. And
yeah, I mean, to me, there's not enough in there that's usable. Yeah, that's usable to make it worth. I mean, to make it like where I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. And there's some cool stuff, but there's a handful of cool things. But that's what I expected. I expected it to be that way until they build enough library to get it to where it is. Scott says, I need all the tech. I'm on the wait list for Elon's Neuralink for fuck's sake.
plug me in, baby.
Plug me in. Hell yeah, man. I'll do it, man. I told you guys last week I would do it. If this Neuralink thing is real, I'll put it in there. I'm down.
Yeah, take my money. Turn me into the Terminator. I mean,
No. I don't need brain jank, dude. That's gonna happen
can you imagine
naturally
that?
as it
Hey,
is.
D, here's what happens.
I'm
You're
good.
sitting on your couch, you're playing VR, you get brain jank, and you end up pissing your pants.
Yeah, no.
You end up shitting yourself in your living room because
That's what I named
the chip
no.
shorted out and you got jank in
Yeah,
some way.
no, I'm good.
You got jank in some way and your arm twitches and you punch your wife in the face.
It was the
I
chip,
can't wait
baby.
for
I
this.
swear.
Yeah, I swear it was the chip. That'll be fantastic. All right, Todd, what do we have next after Little Cities for coming for PlayStation?
we have Wanderer, the Fragments of Fate. I think this was announced like
Been
July?
announced for a long time, yeah.
June or
But
something.
more is more, and I love Wanderer, so I'm cool with.
But now we have like almost an official. It's coming. It's not just
yeah, we have a date
on
June
the
27th.
horizon. We have a date now, which I'm okay with. If they had to push it back because it was janky, then push it back because it's janky.
And I love that they're taking their time with this thing, making it the best they can make it. Like they could have tried to push this out for holidays. They could have tried to push it out for springtime. They're waiting till June. I love it. Do we have a trailer?
Do I have a trailer?
Yeah.
Of course.
Nice.
Time is a complicated business, isn't it, Asher? And you've managed to bend, if not nearly break it.
Asher, it's your grandfather, John. This world you know, battered and broken, is not the world that was intended. There are those that believe humanity was always fated to destroy itself.
Hey, kid, you there?
They'll tell you this future will always be inevitable.
Well, thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Oh, that.
But be careful. Not all is what it seems. You must finish what I could not.
Hitch up your britches, Asher. Something tells me we're in for one hell of an adventure!
Eagle? We still have no response from you. We presume the worst.
So this is the first game just coming to
No,
PlayStation?
it's been out on the PlayStation. This is a different game. This is
It
an
looks
it's quite a bit of an update. I think there's a lot of it that's the same. There are updates to it. It's not a free upgrade either. It's a
It's
paid.
not.
If
It is a
you
paid.
own
Right.
the game, you do get a percentage off, but it's not free, which is
'Cause
weird.
I actually just started playing, like I said, Wanderer today, and that looks like, except for a few pieces, it looks like the same game.
There's a lot it
Same
looks like
puzzles.
it looks like the graphics are better. They
Right.
may have some new I thought they said there was some new content as well. They do have some things where it looks like you can see yourself now in certain
Yeah,
things,
that's
which I thought was
new.
cool.
All those mirrors, that's cool.
Did you finish this, Todd?
No.
This was
I
such a
should.
good game.
Yeah.
I actually for a puzzle game for me, which I normally don't get into puzzle games. I
Yeah.
mean, I like them for a period of time. I never finish a puzzle game because I don't normally have time and I just kind of give up on it. I finished this whole thing because it's more than a puzzle game. Like you saw there, you're shooting, you're climbing, it's an adventure game that has to do with solving puzzles of whatever time you're in. So like each time period is its own puzzle and you have to figure out how to make it through that time period. But what's cool about this is one time period affects another time period.
Yeah.
So you can leave something in the past and have it back there in the future, or you can get something in a different time period that you can use in another time period to unlock a spot for you to get through. Um, it's super well done. How far did you play through, D? You said you were playing it
I
today?
just got to the part where, I'm at the concert, okay? I found the guy the concert, let's just leave it at that, 'cause, yeah, the security guy got electrocuted 'cause I broke the bottles, and, yeah, that's about where I stopped.
Yeah, it's great. You gotta keep going,
Oh,
try I
I
mean,
will.
I don't know if you should now though. If you're gonna get the next one, I'm not sure if you should. I think I would wait and do the whole thing on the new one.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about this not being a free upgrade, and them charging for it? Like, I don't know what the
A little
price is
weird.
though. And somebody did, who was it in chat said it's 20% off if you own the
Here's
original.
Mr. Lord Beavis.
Yeah, 20% off if you own the original,
Right.
but you still gotta pay.
It's
Yeah, 20% off is still 80%
is it
something.
yeah, is it 20% different? I mean, how, you know?
They did
I
release
don't know.
a new trailer today.
Was that the trailer you pulled?
That wasn't the new trailer from today,
I
they
thought it
said?
was, but apparently
Any
people in chat are
gameplay?
saying it's not. So I've grabbed another one. It's
Okay.
just about ready to go here. So we'll see if it's
Yeah,
different.
let's see it. Yeah, I'm curious to see.
Damn
Yeah, I'm
it,
looking
Todd.
at one of the websites now. There does seem to be a new trailer, and I see new people.
Yeah, the people look different. That's what
Um
caught my eye off the thumbnail.
Yeah, this could be different. That's a freaking great trailer though. That original is so good.
Right? Here we go.
That's definitely new content right there.
That's us. The question is, how in hell's name did we end up in this dilemma? Well,
It's all new.
Germany passes neat good.
But sometimes the only way forward is back. Let me explain. It begins with you inheriting me, a time-bending watch. Unfortunately, you've also inherited a rather hefty burden. Essentially, you have to save the entire human race. Cool. That old chestnut. Problem is, time is complicated, and we're not the only ones tangled up in this mess. We've got our work cut out for us, but there are a few things you should know.
Oh, look at that.
That's cool.
Guns look good.
Yeah, there was gunplay in the original, by the way. So.
We can travel through time whenever we please.
This looks cool, man.
We didn't have this, though. Yeah.
The land. And sometimes
Hey, look at that.
the downright ugly.
I gotta have
Everywhere we go, we become someone else from that time and place. It helps us blend in. And most importantly, we can take anything we want with us, wherever we go. That's it.
Went through time, filled up the
Right?
bottle. That's
Yes.
Mega flamethrower.
Hell yeah. Okay, this
Like
is
I
worth
said,
it. This is worth the upgrade. I'm already
This is a
in.
totally new
The
game.
only way forward is back.
Crossbow from the other timeline.
Oh yeah. Take my money.
Way different.
Take my freaking money.
Yeah. Okay. 20% off. That's a
I'll
hell
pay
of a
full
deal.
price. I don't care. Keep your 20%. I want to give you 20%
27.
more.
This is
Oh,
this is
and hey, one last thing.
Pirate. Yarr!
How far back do you go?
Wanderer 2.
What was the full
Nice.
development?
That's sick. I didn't even know that.
I
I
didn't
wonder.
pay
Nobody
attention
said
to
anything.
that.
See, you always stay till the end of the movie
Right.
through the credits.
Okay, that looks way better.
I love
Yeah,
the
just
I love
take
the
my
song
money.
they used at
I'm
the end
good.
there. They used that song, that Weatherman.
The Weatherman song. Yeah.
That's too funny. That is cool, man. Wanderer. What
Yep.
was the name of it?
I'm in.
Something. Can you show the end of it there again?
Wanderer 2.
Wanderer 2. Something. Seas of Fate or something.
See-
Or
something like
Seas of
that.
something.
Hang on.
How dare you not pause it on that screen so I can go back a
I
little
missed
farther.
it. Seas of
Seas of Fortune.
Seas
Fortune.
of Fortune. Hell yeah, dude. One of them.
In development.
Cool.
That's super cool.
That looks super cool, man. Damn.
Man.
I mean, I was looking at the old one going, I don't know, man. This
Doesn't
seems
look
like
that
a
much
lot of the
different.
old... I was looking at the old trailer and I'm like, I don't know. I know they're supposed to have new stuff. They're not showing me any new stuff here.
Nope.
I'm like 20% off, I don't know. But shit, that's a whole new game. That's a whole new
That's
game.
a
Yeah,
whole
I'm
new
good.
game.
So let me ask you. So what I don't know is, if you don't own the first game and you pay the full price for the second game, because you don't get the 20% off, you don't own it. Is the first game still in the second, the new one? Does Fragments of Fate hold the original game also?
That it does not say.
And it has the new up. So does anybody in chat know this? Has it been announced anywhere? So Wanderers, the Fragments of Fate is all this new content. You have all these new things that you can do in here. You have new maps, you have new weapons, you have new puzzles to get through.
The new, yeah.
But does it have the original Wanderer game? So if you don't own Wanderer, do you have to go buy the first one?
Do you have to buy both?
Do you have to buy the first one to get the first game?
Good
Or is the
question.
core game of Wanderer in this new one, in the Fragments of Fate? Does anybody know the answer to that? Because I don't. You know who would know is Wes. Wes would know, but I don't know. Don't know the answer to that. But it looks amazing. Like it looks like Wanderer already was one of my favorite games. I think it was voted in 2022 as my game of the year, and I think it was Virtual Strangers VR Game of the Year.
I
Wanderer.
think so. Yeah.
It deserved it. I loved it. It was it's one of my favorite. And again, I'll say it again. I am not a puzzle game fan. I don't really particularly enjoy them. The Room VR was a good game. I thought it was really good.
Seventh Guest.
Seventh Guest is really good also, but still, Wanderer way outweighs all those for me. Not even close. Like, you can take every puzzle game you have, you can add them all up, and it's not Wanderer. You know, it's way better. That team also has done an amazing job on the visuals of this game. That game looks fantastic. It already looks fantastic, and the new one looks even better. D
looks better.
Yeah. I gotta say hi to my buddy that I missed that I haven't seen in a long time. That I miss. Gamertag is in chat now.
What? What are you doing up
What up,
so late,
GT?
bro?
GT's getting up. It's morning time. What are you talking about?
GT? Is it morning time? Are you getting up and you going to get ready to go work out?
Go to the gym. Yeah, exactly.
Cool. We should get together and do. We were talking about this at the end of Crewcast. Like, we were talking about all the podcasts that that we do, and like, man, we used to do all the podcasts that we do now, man. And then every 2 weeks for a good 4 months, we did Reality Bites, the three of us and Gamertag on Saturdays. We should get in and do. We should get back in and do one on a Saturday.
Because you know when the last one was? The
July
first
or
week of
something?
March 2023.
Was it really? It's been a year since the last time we did one.
Really? Wow. We didn't do any over the summer.
Yeah.
It's all Todd's
I don't
fault.
think so.
I keep asking to do, and Todd's like, no, I don't want to do shows with you.
That's the last message or invite that I see in our
Did we
chat.
do any without D?
I don't think we did.
No, we didn't.
I miss you, GT.
GT says I'm happy to some Saturday for sure. Even
go.
one a month. There we go. We should
Yeah,
do
we
one
could
a month.
do something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good show. You know why? You know why I like it? Because I don't feel like we have to discuss virtual reality. I think because we all have these. We have Crewcast. We have this show. We all have
Virtual
our channels.
Strangers.
Yeah, we have virtual strangers. We all have times where we can discuss the virtual reality part of what we do. I just like getting together and just talking about whatever. Talking about classic arcade games and pinball and retro 80s nostalgia, 90s nostalgia. Just talking about what we're working on for the week or what we're doing. I mean, those are the catching up and doing those things. It makes it a different type of show for me that I enjoy. And I don't feel like sometimes I feel like I'm talking about certain things here that's non-VR related. I feel like I'm kind of robbing people of what they're here for. So I don't feel like I want to talk about it. But I think people were just coming to see us hang out together.
Yeah, there's no set rule there. Reality Bites, we just talk whatever the hell we want. Yeah.
Reality Bites. What a good name for a show.
Reality right?
BYTE.
The genius who came up with that name.
That would be my wife, actually.
Shut up. It was me.
No, it was my wife. It really was. If you look back, it was Steph. Remember we were at GDC for the first year we were there. And, GDC, me and GT started talking about doing something like that. And yeah, Steph came up with that one. She did a good job. All right, let's move on, Todd. Let's finish up this topic. We think we have one more to talk about.
Yep. The Wizards Dark Times Brotherhood.
Brother.
Can you feel it? The light fades, the shadows draw close. I know what it means to take risks, and the price that comes with them. Are you ready to pay that price?
We have company.
This is going to be amusing.
Stand back now.
This spell will do quite nicely against anyone standing in your way.
The shadows draw close. Come, come.
PlayStation.
Interesting. That looks awesome. They did a great job on that trailer.
Out now, it says.
Yeah, it looks great, man. The trailer
It
was
looks
great. That's
good.
good. It's a good game. I mean, and they've worked on it over the years, and they added to it, and they've made it better and better and better. And Carbon Studios is good, man. We have had
Yeah.
a really good relationship with Carbon Studios for a long time on this channel, Todd.
Mhm.
They've done some really, really good games, and some of them haven't gotten the, I think, kind of the just due that they like. I thought their Warhammer game was awesome. Age of Sigmar Tempest Fall.
Right?
I know some people didn't care for, some of the combat, but to me, the combat I thought was good enough or was really good. And then the visuals and the set pieces and the level design was super cool. The story was
And
fantastic.
the render distance and that, like, it was just crazy.
Carbon Studios is a good studio, man. They know how to make games, and they've done really well keeping the Wizards updated.
The whole
Yeah.
the whole franchise plugging along, right?
Yep. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's good that it's kind of updated and they're doing more stuff to it. So they're kind of keeping it out there. There is another one here, Todd. No trailer for this one, but this is Soul Covenant out. It's coming out in 2024. I don't know if it's any other platform besides PlayStation, but I'll read the it's a pretty cool screenshot here. The way it looks, I don't know. It looks like a melee game with magic. I don't know, in a futuristic setting, but I'll say what it says here. Today, we're happy to reveal the new details and screenshots for our upcoming narrative action JRPG, Soul Covenant, that showcase one of its core mechanics, turning fallen comrades into weapons. In a near future Japan that sees humanity fight for survival against a mech regime, you're tasked to take on hordes of encroaching enemies and colossal, powerful foes in intense melee-based combat. You're not alone, though. You're but one of a 4-strong troop, joined by 3 other avatars in the form of NPCs or controlled by other players. That's interesting. If a comrade falls, they can still contribute to the battle as their remains transform into a weapon that can be equipped.
What?
Giving you access to axes, dual swords, chainsaws, and more. Acquired weapons can be strengthened further through items dropped by downed enemies, with each one offering 2 different forms. You have growing number of versatile combat styles with different reaches and power sets to try out. It's why in the world of Soul Covenant, troops share this very specific phrase: before heading into the battlefield, I'll make sure to pick up your bones. That's the problem with this one. I will kill you just to take your shit. And make
Right? Can you
myself
imagine I
stronger.
get to pick up dead Eric and then beat somebody with him?
I would just be squad wiping my entire team just so I can take their stuff. I wonder if you could do that.
awesome.
That would be cool.
Note to
Yeah.
self: don't ever play this game with Eric.
Right? This is a game I should play with Roots. I'm
No.
good at TK and him.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. He still talks about that. Oh man, too funny. GT says, I'm struggling to get into the Wizards. The visuals are pretty lackluster on. They look great in the trailer. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate. They look pretty lackluster on the PlayStation VR 2. It feels old, but also nice to play again, but a bit jankier than more recent games. Not sure if I want to keep. I get it. You know what I mean? It's an older game that's just being kind of updated for PlayStation VR 2. So it's almost, and they didn't rebuild the whole thing, right? So it's definitely, it's going to show its age, I'm sure. But that's cool.
Yeah, I'll have to try it. The trailer looked great, so who knows? Till you try it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Air Force One says, Eric, I need one of those Drop Dead Letterman jackets.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Drop Dead. It is cool. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's good to see all these games coming. There is an update also for Arizona Sunshine 2 here that they announced. You're getting it's a free update. You're getting a new dog. You're getting a corgi.
A corgi, D.
You're getting a
What is
corgi.
Corgi gonna do in the freaking
What are you
apocalypse?
talking about?
dude?
A corgi.
Bait?
Look at that dog. He's ready to eat some zombie ass. It's a corgi in a zombie universe. Wait a minute. Doesn't every game have a corgi?
No,
should.
no, I don't. No,
When's the
I don't want a little
When's the
corgi.
Shih Tzu update?
Right.
God.
Look at the
Arizona
corgi's got like
Sunshine 2, this Shih Tzu update.
grenades all around his collar.
Look, he's going after a ball and not the freaking zombies,
well,
dude. I don't
corgi,
trust
D,
that
they don't
corgi.
know.
That corgi can kiss my
They're
ass.
not very smart, D.
Give me my German Shepherd back.
Zell2318 says, maybe not eat a zombie's ass, maybe his ankles. That's probably a little more along the lines of what a corgi can do. Oh my god. My mom wants to eat some what?
Zombie ass.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does. We have some horde maps in here, D. We have they have March, they have a trailer park horde map coming. April, they have an Undead Valley horde map, and May they have an old Mayans horde map, which is very old. They had a Mayans horde map in the original Arizona Sunshine, so I wonder if that is kind of a throwback to that map.
They have one horde map now, which I think is oh shit, I can't remember what it's called. And it is extremely difficult.
Yeah, it's only one horde map, and it is
Mhm.
like I've actually never played that in Arizona Sunshine 2. I've never played that horde map with
That's good.
anybody
It's
else.
fun, man.
I've only played it solo though. Have you played it with
Oh,
other people?
no, I've only played it solo. I didn't know you could play it multiplayer. I never even thought
Mm.
of trying that. Yeah, we should try that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely. I love Arizona.
I've only played
Sunshine.
it single player, and you're running around like a crazy man trying to get, and you can't leave that little landlocked area that you're in, right? So you're running all over the damn place trying to shoot zombies. Yeah, I was terrified. I think I
Yeah.
got to level 17 or something. Was the highest I could get to.
GT says the trailer looks twice as good for the Wizards in the headset as in the headset.
Shitty.
The trailer looks good, but the headset doesn't look as good. But yeah, and that's the tough thing now too is like you're taking a game like Wizards and you're bringing it out right after they drop Legendary Tales. Like Legendary Tales is like cutting edge new game built, on that for the PlayStation VR 2. This, Wizards was built for, a Quest how many
Right.
years ago, and now you're just trying to update it
2
for
years
PlayStation
ago.
VR
Yeah.
2. So yeah, I guess it's not going to feel the same, I guess. Especially after everything that Legendary Tales just showed us. So I get it for sure. All right, Todd, let's move on to a tough one, man. I don't know. It's gonna be fun. But let's talk about Stranger Things. First off, are we all fans of Stranger Things? I'm a fan. I did not watch the last season. I watched the first season, 2 seasons, 2.5. How many seasons are there been so far? 4?
I have never seen an episode.
Oh my god, what?
And from what I've been reading online, I should never play this game because I won't understand what's going on.
You won't understand what's going on. Like
Which is
I know some of it. I don't know all of it. Like
I shouldn't have to watch 4 seasons of TV so I can play a video game. That's stupid.
Yeah.
But even if
But literally, you should go. Why didn't you should just go binge watch it? You would love. You said you just binge watched Halo.
I did. It was so good. Whoever out there said Halo sucks.
I heard a lot of people telling me that
They're
Halo
crazy.
was not
It
very
is
good, and
so
I'm a
good.
huge Halo fan. So like, I grew up. I grew up playing Halo. It was one of my favorite all time games. I loved Halo, but somebody told me I'm a huge Master Chief fan. Like, but somebody told me that the show wasn't that good. So I've been like
It's
not
so good,
like,
dude.
I've been avoiding trying to watch it. So now that you say it's so good, I'm gonna have to watch it.
I could not stop watching it.
But literally, you have to watch Stranger Things. You would absolutely love it. I started watching Stranger Things very early on. I watched the first 2 seasons when they had come out right away. And then my wife had never watched it. I'm like, Steph, you need to go watch this. And she's like, I'm not into this kind of thing. I'm like, just watch it, a couple episodes with me. She got hooked. We watched the first 2.5 seasons. So we're into season 3. And then we stopped. Do you watch them all?
Oh yeah.
So season 3 is when you get the badass kid who's like the lifeguard at the pool, right? What's his name? Is that 3?
Yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah.
That's 3, right? I watched like I think I have like 2 episodes of season 3 yet to watch, and I have not watched any of season 4. So there are parts of this that I'm playing this game already I don't exactly understand. Like I know a lot of the backstory, so I know some of it, but there's some I don't understand what's going on.
Dude, just binge it in your app. Watch it on your 300-inch screen in your Apple Vision Pro.
Oh, I will, yeah, for sure. I could do it now. Like
This weekend.
I've been watching so much
Next
more.
Thursday.
I've been watching so much more movies. I don't watch
Maybe I'll-
TV, but I'm watching more movies and more YouTube, long form YouTube stuff than I have in
My
forever.
wife's going away. My wife's going to Phoenix this week, so maybe I'll binge Stranger Things.
Strange
this week
things. Yeah.
Before I
Dude,
get into the game.
seriously?
Yeah, because
wanna
I don't
get
think you
into-
should play the game. You won't have
Yeah.
any idea what the hell's going on. Like
I think that's- don't you
even
think that's
already you
silly,
don't
though?
know.
Don't you think that's
It
weird
is a
that
little
you would
bit.
make a game that I think that's just a miss myself. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I read a bunch about it on the internet today, and I was like, really? Yeah, I
There's
need
a
to
lot
watch
of
the show to
misconceptions.
understand what the fuck's going on. That's weird.
Let's get into the game a little bit. So you fire this thing up, and I do immediately feel I have to say I'll say a couple of things off the bat. You do immediately feel like you're in the Stranger Things universe. And you hear the music, the theme music, which is freaking awesome. When you see the title screen come up and you're like, and you kind of start out in a tutorial where you're doing a flashback of being 11, when she was younger and she was in the facility being tested. And it's cool. It teaches you how to use
Taking notes.
I don't
Todd?
know what the fuck you're
you're
talking
like,
about.
what?
Yeah.
Who's 11? Why is she being tested?
This math test?
Why is a number in a hospital?
Yeah. But you start out there, so you immediately get the nostalgia of the movie, and the graphics look really good. I actually thought the graphics looked.
Cell shading.
I like
Yeah.
cell shading when it's done
Oh,
correctly,
yeah, I
and I
like
think
that.
it is done fairly well here. Again, this is a Quest 3 game, or Quest 2, Quest game, Quest 2, Quest 3. It looks good. It looks really good. It's okay. You know what I mean? And the problem is some of the environments are a little wonky, a little weird. A lot of things are very dark, especially when you're in like the upside down. You know what I mean? It's normally a dark kind of gray world anyway, so I think they hide some of the low graphics in that kind of art.
shadows and stuff.
Yeah,
and-
yeah. So when you
Okay.
get to some of the more detailed screens, you do start to see some of the lack of what, the power and what it's trying to do. And some of the textures that have the Quest flat lookingness to it, where things start to look like wallpaper. Like when you get to like rock surfaces and like things that, like in PC and then even in PlayStation, you have some surfaces that look like they have texture. They look like they have depth. And then when you get to the graphics of the Quest version of games, sometimes not all the time, but sometimes things look like that it's wallpaper or painted over, and there's no depth to it. You get that sometimes here, but overall, I think it looks pretty good. Like I love the cell shading look to it. It has that cartoony effect. A lot of the characters look really good. You play as Vecna, and early on. I'm not going to spoil anything and go weird on it, but early on, you start as 11, and you look down and you have both your normal human hands, and at some point in this state of where you're in, you look down and you have Vecna's left hand and a human right hand, and it's like super.
Oh
And the
man.
hand itself was very detailed. The graphics are really good. The hand looks very cool, especially in the cell shading.
Is it arms in hand or just a cut off hand?
No, it's the arms too, which is cool,
Oh,
and they don't look
that's good, yeah.
disproportioned, and they don't stretch
good.
out weird or anything like that. They did that very well. Some of the monsters. Now, I didn't play. I'm only probably an hour, 45 minutes to an hour into this thing. But I mean, some of the monsters in here look really good. Some of the flying like little bat things look cool. What do they call them? What are they called? The Gorgon? Gorgon? Not Gorgon. It's what is it?
Demogorgons.
Demigorgon. They look really cool. They look cool when their heads open up, like, and they like split open like a banana, and you see all their teeth and shit. Looks really cool.
A banana?
Yeah, they
Really?
peel
Cool.
back. Like
That's
a
what
banana.
you think of?
Yeah,
He doesn't like
peel back like a
bananas.
banana. You know who loves a banana, right?
My mom!
Yeah, she does.
But yeah, it's cool. That is where things start to get a little off. That ends the cool part. Well, actually, do this too. Gameplay. Some of the gameplay is really good. So early on, you kind of like, again, you're kind of in a played through tutorial, which I like a lot. You feel like you're not kind of being taught things. You know what I mean? Like in a static tutorial where you're reading things, they actually make you kind of do things as you learn them. Like in part of the story, which is great. You actually have the ability to almost like grapple hook your way around things by using like these vines that kind of shoot out of your hands, which is great. And the movement is really good. They have a weird thing with the movement on the sticks. They seem like they're backwards to me. Sometimes I was able to move my left stick, and sometimes I wasn't. I had to move my right stick, so I don't know exactly what that was all about. I may have had settings not right, but I did have to put smooth turn on and things like that. But for the most part, I thought the controls were pretty good and spot on. You use telekinesis in here, very much like the telekinesis in Synapse. Thank you, D. I was going to
right.
whiff
Yep.
on that. You knew I was reaching there. Very much like that. You do feel like a badass when you're grabbing things. You grip to grab things. You actually do like a pull motion, as its grip to kind of bring it towards you, and it hovers in the air. And if you pull the trigger, you can crush things or break them apart. Objects and and that's and then you can throw them too. So you can kind of bring them to you, and then you throw them. You push them out with your telekinesis, and it becomes a projectile, and you can throw them at enemies, and that feels pretty good too. Like a lot of that is really cool. You do feel like a badass. And then things get a little weird from there because it's got jank, man. I fell through the map.
How so? You fell through the
Several
map. Oh, that's
times.
not good.
New games don't have
That's not good.
dude. Come on.
So this is a big title, right? This is a big game. You know what I mean? By Tender Claws, who is not a first time. They've made a lot of VR games. Tender Claws. So when I have a big title like this, and you can die by falling here. A lot of the things is like, again, you're grapple hooking, especially in the beginning, you're kind of in a dream state, grapple hooking through environments. And I fell through the environment several times, like where I was supposed to be landing on like the flat rock surface, and I would glitch out or I'd get stuck. So a couple times I died because I fell right through something. And then a couple times I got stuck where I couldn't move. Like I would, like you're supposed to be able to pull yourself around using those vine type things. And I wasn't able to move at all. And I just had to like keep grabbing at things like blindly until I finally grabbed something that I was able to pull myself away from. But one time I got stuck to the point where I had to start the game over. I had to stop, power down,
Oh
restart the
wow,
game.
that bad.
Yeah, it just completely. There was no me getting out of it at that point. I couldn't move forward. I couldn't move backwards. There's a couple of spots where I didn't know where to go. And it took me a long time to figure out. There's some dark
Right.
environments, and they don't give you, especially early on, they don't give you a good enough path of knowing where to go. And several times I got turned around and didn't know what I was supposed to do to get to the next level. And that early on in the game, again, I'm only for an hour in, 45 minutes in. That early on in the game, I shouldn't be frustrated by the game at that point because
Yeah.
that turns people off. Like you
I'm
shouldn't be to the
experiencing the same thing in the game I played. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that one too. That one's
Mhm.
not good. What's GT saying? Because I know GT played it, and I know what GT said, but I didn't watch his video purposely because I didn't want to bias mine. And I know that Mateo, I didn't watch his either, but I was told that Mateo liked um
Yeah, it looks like Mateo did like
Stranger
it.
Things. So GT is saying, let's see. I'm a fan of cell shadings, absolutely. And he said, I was super worried about my video upload, and Sixtoff kind of had the same experience. Some channels love Stranger Things, so forgive a lot of the stuff. I like Stranger Things, but that doesn't make it a good game. I agree. He said, in honesty, it's honestly, it isn't entirely terrible. I think that's what he meant. The more
Yeah.
you play, he's saying it
Oh, it
is
is entirely
the
terrible.
more you play, the worse
the
it gets.
worse it gets.
And
That's not good.
GT, how far are you into it? Because I assume you're farther than I am playing into it. Because I haven't gotten, like I said, I'm only probably 45 minutes, maybe an hour into it. I started to get a little bit bored about 40 minutes into it. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the same things were happening. I don't understand the full story of what's going on here. Um, I don't know. Again, I haven't seen the fourth season, so I'm a little like. Here's the deal: if you're gonna do a game like this and you're gonna make it dependent on certain things, why not tell the first season, or at least let me be the main characters from the show to where I would at least understand.
Or
Like
have more of an introduction and a narrative of so people can catch up. Like there must be a way they could have given us a Reader's Digest version of Stranger Things so that a newbie or someone who hasn't seen it in 2 years can still understand what the fuck's going on. That seems weird.
Yeah, I think it has. I think the game has merit. I'm not entirely happy with it, but I think it has merit if you're a big fan of the show. It definitely gives you Stranger Things vibes. I think the controls and the mechanics and the telekinesis and the powers you have are pretty cool. The
Like I'm reading the
story,
reviews on the store and they're all really good.
yeah. The story is a little. I see. I think for me, so far, and again, I'm not. This is not a review because I haven't played enough into it. I'm just saying, so far, it seems to me like I'm somewhere between like GT and Mateo. Like I'm not entirely happy with it because I can't forgive jank in this game. I can't forgive jank in a game that costs what's this thing, $30?
Yeah, it looks like $29.99 American.
With this size of an IP. You know what I mean? That's I killed what was the game? The Ghostbusters game. Like you can't allow that type of jank in a $30 IP game that from a studio who knows how to make VR. Like they know better. Like if I'm falling through the game already in the first like tutorial screens and then even after, or if I'm getting stuck to where I got to start over, that's a pretty big problem early on. And then, again, you need to give me at least in the first hour, I shouldn't be getting bored in the first hour. Like you should be giving me enough new stuff.
Shouldn't be bored in any
No.
game.
I agree.
You know?
But I mean, but sometimes you get into games where you know what I mean, D, is when you get to the middle part of a game or the middle part of a story where things start to slow down.
A lull.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
You're not bored,
Right,
though.
right. Yeah,
you
let's
know?
call it but I'm not saying I was bored either. I think you just nailed it. A lull is the perfect word to use because that's where I at like an hour or so in, that's where I am with them. Like, I don't understand what's going on. And again, I've watched 2.5 seasons of this. I don't understand what's going on completely. The environments are okay, they're good. But the mechanics are good, but I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. It's not clear always where I am or what's going on.
Those are not good things. And
like I said, and then at some point, there's not enough new things are going on or enough new environments going on that I felt like, I'm compelled to keep playing. And you get that lull, and you shouldn't get that lull that early in. You can get that lull if you got a 20-hour game and you get a lull about 10 hours in, and then it kicks back up again towards the end, or towards the mid part of the end. That's great. I mean, that happens with games because and a lot of times you just get through those little parts and you're rewarded in the end. If it happens now, I don't even know how long this game is. I think it's 9 levels. GT said he got through level 6 already. Did he say how long? GT, how many hours have you put into this game that you're at level 6 already? That makes me nervous. But GT's probably been playing it for a while. We've had access to this for a little while. Unfortunately, just with my life right now, I have not been able to play it. Or else I would have probably tried.
Some of these reviews on the Metastore are definitely questionable. Like the one guy gave it 5 stars, says this game is amazing. One of the best studios in the VR space and one of the best TV shows, art style and very immersive. Like it's definitely not the best studio in the VR space. Like
I'm gonna
for virtual reality.
And the second one was terrible, by the way.
Terrible.
Virtual reality was really good, but the second virtual reality 2 was terrible.
Not good.
And I will say this too. This is where you need to be careful now. Because of the system or the referral system and people being able to use their referrals.
Yeah, but there's no links on any of these reviews I'm reading.
No, I know, but they still give out better reviews, so people will use the links, which I don't like.
Yeah, well, they have to put the link in, or what's the point?
No, but they can put their link somewhere else. They want people to see. They think the game is better, so they can put their link somewhere else, and everybody's gonna want to. But you know what I mean? They can put their link anywhere, and as long as they're giving a good review and there's good reviews in the store, they can put their link in a Facebook group, and people want to go get it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, I don't like that because and then you do get those ones where they're directly linking it. Those are for sure, like they're giving reviews.
I don't see a lot of those, which is good.
They're giving better reviews because they want
people
you to use their discount code.
Yeah,
right. Like I don't like that at all.
No.
So that bothers me. So reviews are a little wonky with me right now. Again, I would go if you're looking for reviews games, go to whatever trusted reviewer that you normally watch and then see what they say. Because normally, if you have a trusted person out there, whoever it be Gamertag or whether it be Mateo, or whether it be Matt BMF or Todd or myself, whoever you go to because they kind of mesh with whatever game you like, then go to that person.
Yeah.
And you're still go to the store if you go to the store if you want to get a large group of people. But to me, I think you got to be careful now. I don't like that system where, I mean, it's just weird.
Like one of these 5-star reviews says it's the best game ever. You have to watch Stranger Things to know what they're talking about.
Well, I just did. Like I don't even know. I'm 3 seasons into it. I don't know.
That's dumb.
Here, and I'll go back to What the Bat, my favorite game of all time. One of the 5-star reviews for What the Bat was, "This game is awesome. I love bats. It's fun. I love flying bats." There's no flying bats in What the Bat.
Yeah,
it's about baseball bats. And this guy gave it a 5-star review, so you know it's bogus. It's bullshit. You know what I mean? So the reviews in the store you got to be careful of. So yeah, I would always go to whoever you normally would go to whoever you mesh with, and that person likes the type of games you like. What's GT say? He's got I think it's nice. We all had different opinions. Me and Mateo clearly had a very, very, very different experience. But we are very different people and channels. The game is 3 hours. That is scary too, man.
$30 for 3 hours.
There's 9 chapters. Holy shit. It took 78 minutes to get to the end of chapter 6, disregarding the tutorial. Eric, chapter 5 and 6 is what you have to experience. I actually can't believe it's something they want people to pay for. Oh my god, this is
Well, now you got to
good.
play it this week.
Yeah, no, I'll get through 5 and 6. I'll try and get through.
the
It's only
last
9.
of the show.
It's only 9 chapters. I'll play it tonight and finish it.
Yeah, right.
Or are you gonna say, D, watch the show?
Yeah, finish watching the show. Dude, just talking about it makes me want to watch this most recent season again with Vecna, because seriously, it was one of the most, probably the most jacked up season of this show so far.
Isn't the new season coming soon? Isn't there a season 5 coming soon or something?
They just started filming
I thought I
think,
saw
again.
like a still frame shot of something that was supposed to be
No.
cool. I like Stranger Things. I wanted more for this thing, and this title. I
haven't played it yet, so I haven't thrown in my 2 cents because I haven't even tried. But after reading the fact that I need to watch the show, I don't even want to play it. So I'll definitely have to watch the show first.
But if you watch the show, and here's what will happen though: if you watch the show, you'll want to play the game because the show is that good. So I mean, what do we always want to do? Like, I want to experience things in VR that I absolutely love. To be able to be in Hawkins, to be able to be in that world is pretty great. But I don't know the thoughts of where I want to be too. Why can't I play as one of the members of the original cast? You know what I mean? Why can't I play, as 11, or why can't let me be different characters?
Because that would have cost the game would have cost $60 then.
If it was great, I'd pay it.
Yeah,
give me the voice acted characters. Give me
it's a
the actual
2.8 gigabyte game too. Like honestly, if it was going to be really good, you'd think it would be like Asgard's Wrath at 40 gigs.
Well, that's why it's 2-3 hours long too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
When you get those low downloads that it's not going to be real long.
Mm-hmm.
No referrals on Steam and $5 lower on Steam.
There you
go. Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I want more for these big IPs. You know what I mean? And again, even just where I am, like I said, I'm kind of probably somewhere in between. I want to go back and see if I can figure getting farther into this, because I assumed it was going to get better, not worse. If GT is saying it gets worse as it goes, and level 5 and 6 are worse, I'm concerned. But I will push through and play that all. I would say that I wasn't completely unhappy with what I played so far, but I thought it wasn't anything great by any means. And I just don't want jank. I shouldn't have brokenness in a game that's this big of an IP from a veteran VR studio. Like, and we keep having these misses. You know what I mean? Like, we all say, I've said it all multiple times. Todd, you said it. You can't afford these misses in VR. Like, and whenever there's a big IP announced, I'm always so excited for the IP. Like I'm so excited. But in my back of my mind, I'm like, but I'm so nervous. If they fuck this up, it's going to look bad for us. It's going to look bad for us. And we continue to get these lackluster Ghostbusters.
You know, one that we don't talk enough about that actually hit it, and I don't even know if you've played it, but Lego Brick Tales.
I have not, but I heard it's great. I heard it's great.
Really good. I played it on my couch with the Lego thing on my coffee table.
Nice.
And I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so, I should try that one.
A lot of IPs, like you say, are shit. Ghostbusters was terrible launch, and this one doesn't sound like it's any better. So,
let's see if you have a good game though, the jank, like Helldivers, for instance. Okay, 2 days ago, I spent 2 hours trying to get into that.
I know.
All right. But the gameplay is there.
Mm-hmm.
The content is there. This is server issues, but if the game is good enough, it's worth the wait and the jank.
Yep.
You know?
Well, that's just it too. I mean,
But-
we look again. Let's go back to Ghost of Tabor. One of the jankiest games I ever played when it came out. They knew it was janky.
Yeah.
They knew it was janky. And they're like, hey, it's jank. It's a janky mess. It's early. We're working on it. There's a lot to this game. We're going to have jank probably all the time to some degree. But the gameplay loop was so compelling that I'm willing to put up with it because I want to continue to play. But if you already have a lackluster game and it's a little bit confusing and the story is like a little crazy and it's and there's jank all over the place and you keep falling through the map, guess what? I'm out. I'm done. If you're not giving me compelling reasons to be there, why would I put up with any bullshit?
Right.
Like, again, we'll put up with bullshit. Like D said, I sat there, D, for 3 hours the other night trying to get into Helldivers. I just kind of sat there, kept putting my headset on, just waiting for it to kind of like the menu, and finally it did. You know what I mean? And I got in and I played for a while. But shit, I would never if the game was even like mediocre. Would you ever wait that long? No way.
No, absolutely not. Those 2 hours, like you said, you'd come back and check on it, from being in the headset. I sat here for 2 hours and I freaking crocheted. All right.
There you go.
I mean, it's worth that game is worth the
Are you
wait.
making Todd a toque?
No, I'm making myself a blanket. You want to see it?
You should make me a toque.
Make Todd a toque.
No, I'm not making you a toque, dude. I'm making D a blanket.
You can pivot and from the blanket to the toque.
Make Todd a toque.
Oh, too funny.
Maybe I will when I'm done with my blanket.
Atta girl.
I don't know. Stranger Things.
But not MASH.
I will give it its time. I'll say that. Todd, you'll play it. D, maybe you'll try and play it if you can.
If I have access to it, sure.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it. I've seen the whole show. So I
don't know if I'd have time to binge the last 2 seasons to get through it.
Oh shit, you find it.
I know, right? I want to play Helldivers. That's my problem. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, right.
I know.
But I maybe I should just so I can get into it because maybe it would be better. But like I don't know. I will give it its due. It sounds like it's not that long, so I'll try and finish it. But man, even if I'm between Mateo and Gamertag, and I get through this whole thing, and I'm like, okay. Is that good enough for Stranger Things? Like, I should be like, holy shit, that was a hell of a ride.
Yeah.
If it was 3 or 4 hours, that was a hell of a 3 or 4 hours. I absolutely loved it. I feel like I'm a badass in the freaking Stranger Things universe, and I'm excited about it. If I come out of it and I'm like, it was okay, or it was all right, but it was a lot of jank, and I don't understand it, and the levels got boring. That's not good enough. You can't be if you're an indie studio with a game that's not a big IP, you can do that. You can do that and be fine and be like, yeah, okay, it was a pretty good game for what it was. I thought it was a good game. It was fun. It was over quick and it was done. But if you're a huge IP, you can't do that. You can't. That's unfortunate. This was a game that a lot of people are looking forward to, and it sounds like some are enjoying it. You know what I mean? So that's great for them. I mean, if you're a huge diehard fan and that's enough for you, there may be people out there that's enough for. Just getting into the universe, that may be enough. I normally need more. And if I don't watch the whole thing, I mean, and I don't understand what's going on, you're going to be limited. You're going to be limited to all the people that actually like it. Like if you're only liking it because it's the IP, and you're willing to put up with the mediocre game because of the IP, how many people are actually, I know there's a lot of fans out there, but some aren't. You know what I mean? Todd's never watched it. I still haven't watched the last season and a half. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Todd doesn't even know who 11 is, D.
I don't even know who the fuck 11 is, so I think that's stupid that you make a game. It'd be like me having to watch Ghostbusters to understand what Ghostbusters is.
Let's go into big screen and let's watch it. I will rewatch it with you.
Yeah, you can go into big screen in your big screen.
Yeah.
I've actually never been into big screen.
It's jank. It's as bad as it's.
Okay.
It's jank.
Well, something else.
Yeah, it can be. Big screen can be
good.
okay, but sometimes
be fine.
Sometimes it's jank. All right, let's move on from that. Todd, we had another issue with another game that dropped today. This is not a great day for Quest games, I must say.
Not at all.
There was did this drop today? Was this today it dropped?
Today, yeah.
Okay, so go ahead. I'll let you take. I did not play this one. I have access to it. I did not get a chance to play it. I did watch a little bit of a video. But you did play this thing and you put some time into this thing. And
I'm probably 3.5 hours into it.
And you were not happy. What is this game?
I am so frustrated that I uninstalled it. So I think I'm going to reinstall it because I think I need. I don't know how I'm going to get past where I am. So the game is Breath's Edge.
Is it Breath? It's Breath Edge
or Breath Edge, not Breath's Edge.
Yeah, Breath Edge. Yeah, which was I think it's a flat game. That was a flat game at one point, and now it's in the VR.
Yeah, and the Cosmic Cluck. You have a little chicken as a sidekick.
Of course you do.
I love that.
My God, is he annoying? But intentionally annoying. So that's part of the gameplay, which is fine. But you start out in the game and you're in a space wreck. You're an astronaut with your chicken, and your chicken has a like a radar gun duct taped to his head that you can duct tape. So you can use him for different things and scanning the environment and looking for resources and stuff. It's very much a grind, mine, look for materials, craft things type of a game. But I'm 3.5 hours in and I don't understand why I'm in a spaceship crash. Why my spaceship crashed. Why I'm trying to survive. Apparently I have to go to my grandfather's farm, which makes no sense whatsoever in the story, to my knowledge.
Do they not give you any backstory of anything?
Nothing. As soon as you start in, it's just like, how do you get out of this little capsule that you're in? And then you're off the mining shit. And it's like, why am I doing this?
Is it like you have no memory because of the crash or something? Or
I'm 3.5 hours in and no one said that yet. So
so that's what I'm saying. Right. You're like, oh, maybe it's like part of the whole thing. Like, oh, I don't remember who I am. So it's not like your character is saying
so far, not so much. No.
Interesting.
The colliders in the game are terrible. Like the whole thing is you floating through space. Unfortunately, you don't see your body. I can get that it's a quest game and it's limited resources, so you only see.
So is it like a lone echo movement?
It's like a bad lone echo movement. So a lot of it is done through thrusters. So you left control is forward and back. Right control is up and down.
You know who loves a thruster?
And she. And you're thrusting yourself through space to find these resources to craft things that the chicken tells you to craft.
Wait, your chicken's telling you to craft it?
Your chicken tells you to craft
orders from a chicken.
Taking orders from a chicken.
Oh my God. I love it.
So I'm doing this for hours, finding all these things. And then eventually you craft a weapon. Well, I shouldn't say weapon. They call it a weapon. It doesn't shoot anything. And I think that part is broken in my end. So I think I might have to do it over again.
So
you craft this gun, and this gun lets you it lets you do a bunch of things. This gun. One of the gun things that it does is it's locomotion. So I can shoot like a wall or a space rock, and then yank myself like a fishing rod, and it flies you through space. And then you grab on something else and you yank yourself through space so that you're not sitting on your thrusters that go like 1 mile an hour. Like it takes forever with the thrusters.
You know who loves to yank themselves and sit on your thruster?
Baba Booey.
So that part's cool. The thrusting is terrible. The yanking is okay. The same tool, if you aim it at, this part is pretty cool. This part's pretty neat. If you aim it at something like a resource, instead of yanking yourself to the resource, it yanks the resource to you. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to hit any buttons or anything. It just knows.
Okay.
So cool. I like that.
So it knows if you grab something that's not like an object where you're going to pull yourself towards it, it'll actually bring it towards you.
Correct.
Okay, that's cool.
That's cool. And then the third function, and you have to build all these parts according to the chicken and build this weapon. And the third part you put on is this thing that makes it a gun that shoots things. Well, mine does not shoot anything.
Really?
So and you spend so much time gathering all these resources, and then you find this car, and I got to fix the car, the space car. So you got to craft all these things, but it doesn't. So you have a little watch. Yeah, I don't know the story. I don't know why I'm doing any of this.
There's the chicken,
so you have a watch
spaceship,
you can tap, and it gives you your quests. And it says, gather duct tape, gather copper, gather all these little items that you need in order to fix the car. So you go off into space and you gather all this stuff. So I do all that. I go to the crafting station, which is back at the beginning of the game, and I craft all these parts. Well, I have to get those parts to the car. There's no inventory.
So you got to take them one at a time?
So I have to take them and I have to hold on to it. And as soon as I'm outside of the capsule where the crafting station is, and I let go, it teleports the thing back into the capsule.
No way. So you can't drop it on the ground?
Fucking furious. So
no way. Hold on.
So I stopped
Are
playing.
you
I stopped.
sure that, I was
I'm
gonna say, are
positive.
you sure there's no backpack?
Wait. Yeah. So
Okay.
I stopped, and I the next day I went back in because I was so angry. And I spawned back in beside the car, and I spawned in by the car that I have to fix. Well, there's a fucking crafting station right beside the car that isn't noticeable.
Oh, so
I could have crafted all the things there, but I didn't. I crafted them all the way back at the beginning of the game at the main base where your crafting station is. And of course, now that I've gone back into my save game, all my parts are back in that other, and there's no way to get.
You can't do it again.
There is no inventory.
You'd have to start over to.
So I went back and I grabbed each piece one at a time and brought them all the way back to the car. It took me like 2 hours. Well, maybe not, maybe an hour.
Oh God! No.
I get them all back to the car, fix the car, and then all these robots come out and they want to wreck my car, and I'm supposed to shoot them with my fucking gun that doesn't shoot anything. So I'm running around, I'm trying to punch the robots, nothing's happening. I'm trying to pull them into something, that doesn't work. And then eventually they blow up my car and you restart at the exact same spot where the robots come to take on your car and you got to shoot them. So now I'm perpetually stuck in this little loop that my gun does nothing and I can't. So I think I'm going to have to start all over.
Yeah, you got to start over, I think.
So
that's a bummer.
Frustrating.
That's a bummer. How is it like, oh man, I don't know. This is where, how are the visuals?
The graphics are great.
Yeah, they look good. I saw the video. They look
enormous. Like it looks cool. I can't wait to get into the car because I'm assuming you can fly around and it takes away the time element of this game because everything is you got to go find this rubber to make duct tape and you got to go find copper and it takes forever to get to all these places. So I'm hoping that this car speeds up that process and makes it a little more enjoyable. But I can't make the fucking car. So I don't know. It is. I had it all done. I was gonna do a video on it today, and it's release day, and do all this stuff. And last night I was like red, angry. I uninstalled. I went upstairs, woke up my wife. I was yelling like, "This is the fucking dumbest thing I've ever played."
So this is where things get weird. Like literally.
Do I keep giving it a try?
No, I know.
Be like, fuck off! Like, don't buy this game. It is terrible.
That's why that's where things get weird. That's why, when we're like, we're a podcast channel. That's what we built this channel on a podcast, but we like to cover content. But literally me and Todd had to have these conversations like, God, this game, I'm like, Todd, I don't know if I can give this game a great review. Should I even bother playing this thing now? And you're the same way.
It's not only that, it's like I've got 3 hours of footage. I recorded myself on my green screens playing it, but I did it all standing. My back was killing me because I felt like an hour in, I realized that I could be sitting down to play this game.
Right.
And now do I spend all the time editing? Do I pay my thumbnail guy to make me a thumbnail? Like, do I do all this fucking work for a game that I'm really hating at the moment?
Well, that's just it. Like, I don't want to normally go I know I covered What the Bat and I killed it because it's but I only did that because Upload voted it as Game of the Year.
Yeah.
I normally don't go look to cover games that I don't think are great. I'll come on here and I'll tell you about them, but do I need to go record and record a show of me shitting on a game for 30 minutes? I don't enjoy that. You're not going to enjoy that. The developer's definitely not going to enjoy that. You know what I mean? I would rather just come on here. I'll tell you that I don't think the game's a good game and we move on. You know what I mean? Other than having a video out there. So I try not to do that. But then again too, I'm like, do I not do a video and then somebody goes and buys it, and then I feel bad because I didn't do the video that show that thing, is not great. So I don't know. We're in a weird state today with these games. And I hate that we're here with
I want to play you the trailer. It's only a minute long and it'll give you an idea of what I'm talking about with the chicken flying through space, the crafting station. You'll get an idea, a visual in your head of what I'm talking about.
All right. Breath Edge.
Well, slap my rope and call me a nugget. We'll arrive at the farm in style.
Darling, are you dumping me? Don't you dare hang up on me.
I need you to do one more thing.
Man, meet extractor. Extractor, meet man.
Taking a breathage employee will result in physical trauma.
Full tank, Joe. Put it on Grandpa's bill.
Grandson, drop everything and go save the wires. Grandson, pack your resources and get out of there.
Come on, man. Once in a lifetime experience.
Oh god, I'm not watching that again.
So that actually looks, the visuals look really good. Like is that gameplay I'm looking at there? So
That's all gameplay. Yeah.
That's great. So that's what it looks like in the headset, which is great. I think it looks good. I can see where they're trying to go with the humor. It didn't show through to me with the trailer. Like I would have tried to find some funnier parts with the chicken.
The humor is not humorous. The chicken is
not humorous.
Annoying.
See, that's the problem too. Like I can.
You can
see
tell
what
they're trying to be funny. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not funny. See, that's the problem. Like, because literally that's what I was just thinking. I'm like, wow, this probably is funny. I wish they would have found funnier moment to show that off in the trailer, other than the chicken having a voice. You know what I mean? And having like a robot face. Like, find a funny moment in the game that's funny and put that in the trailer. But
I
you're
don't
saying
want to
there
shit
is
all
none.
over it, but it's not good. Like the chicken always has. Every time you start a quest on your arm, the chicken goes on a glitch and tells you to punch him in the head. Like, it was funny the first time, but after the 17th time, it's like, fuck off, chicken.
Oh man, you just want to choke your
So
chicken.
frustrating.
You know who else likes to?
My mom.
Oh, yeah, she does. She does.
My
Oh
God.
man, too funny.
You can see, like, when his hands were up, that was him flying. That's how slow it is. It looked like a still image on the trailer, but that was.
I
him.
did see the part where it looks like you can fly the car, like you were.
Yeah,
talking
like
about.
I'm at that part where I got all those parts in the car. I can't open the door yet because I got to fight up these robots. But
Yeah. Now, I did see a part where you're talking about where the gun, the grappling gun grabs a resource instead of a surface, where you can, and then the resource explodes, and then he grabs the resource out of the air. But it looks like he put it over his shoulder.
yeah, your resources have an unlimited inventory, so you
But
can
you
pick up
can't
the
store
copper
anything.
and all this, but you can't store anything else.
So you can't put a part in your backpack too. It doesn't just go into the backpack.
No. So like some of the you'll find blueprints throughout the map, like throughout the game. You find blueprints to create new things. Those blueprints might just be, 10 duct tape, 3 water bottles, and whatever else. But it also might be like a battery. So you got to craft the battery first. That battery you can put in your backpack. Because if it's not in your backpack, it doesn't count as something it doesn't count as an ingredient. So then you craft the engine, and then you can't put that in your backpack.
Right.
You have to carry that around.
This is strange, dude. This is super strange.
Yeah, probably fixable, probably patchable.
So,
but and there was one point, like even on the video that I have, where like the chicken, this drives me nuts because you're flying through the air and the chicken gets too far behind you, and it respawns in front of you with a big feathery poof, and then the chicken's there. But if you bump into the chicken, it shoots you backwards. Like the colliding with the chicken is way wrong.
So this game was just
like a rubber chicken.
At one point, I grabbed the chicken by its head because he's got a handle on his head, and I whipped it as far as I could. And I don't know what I did, and I have it on video. The chicken became like 30, 40 feet long and was like tumbling through space. I was like, what the hell is that?
The jank is real.
This sounds like I'd almost rather play Stranger Things.
Yeah, at least at least you're in the universe of Stranger Things at that point.
Yeah, like I'm saving Grandpa's farm, and I have no idea why. Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's too bad too because the visuals look cool. The spaceship look cool.
Good.
It looks like you have a cool mechanic.
And I like these kind of gathering games, resources, crafting stuff. I like those kind of games.
Yeah,
so
I'm glad you did this because I don't.
Oh, you would have been fucking fuming.
I would not.
You would never have
lasted 3
I
hours.
can't believe you. You're. I'll say it now. You are way more patient with these games than I am.
I am. Yeah.
I am not patient enough to do that with these games.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, and I have it all recorded, so if no one believes me that I played this long, I recorded everything, and it is not good.
What's up, Wes?
It's
Wes
too
has
bad.
stopped in the chat. Everybody say hi to Wes. How are you doing, man? I hope you are well tonight.
And this is one of those games that was unannounced, right? Like this came out of left field. And
yeah, now we know why.
there.
Now we know why.
This is what I said. I tweeted something today, and some people were DMing me asking me what game I was talking about, and I said, "Tune into the podcast. I'll tell you all about it." But it was that, you know, like when you get access to a game. I got access to this game yesterday or day before yesterday. We had like 24 hours to review it before it dropped, and to me, that's a sign. Like if they're not going to give you access before it, like weeks before or a week before, it's clearly not ready. And
yeah,
every
which is
single
weird
time
because
that's been the case.
Which is weird because why are you pushing to launch right now? Like, like I get when you want, like I get when you're launching a game early and maybe it's not ready because you want to hit the holiday season, or if you want to hit a certain
But
you know,
launching on the
cool.
same day as Stranger Things?
Who the hell's pushing to launch on Stranger Things date, and who's pushing to freaking launch even at this time of the year at all? The only reason Stranger Things is launching right now is because they missed their launch date because of
Yeah,
the
they
problems
pushed it
they had.
back. Yeah.
Otherwise, it would have been a holiday launch. So nobody wants to launch right now. I mean, especially wrapped up in other games dates where they got big titles. Literally, almost nobody of note covered this game.
No, I can't find any review videos on it. And
because
I'm
everybody's
assuming
covering
it's
Stranger
because
Things.
they're either covering Stranger Things or they had so much janky shit they didn't bother.
Right, you played it. I didn't get a chance to play it. You told me a little bit about what happened. I went to find some gameplay videos so I could see if other people had the same thing you had happen. And I found I see a lot of older videos of people that played this thing years ago. It looked like PD had a video when he played the flat game in Vorpex.
Yeah.
But that's all I could find. I found a couple of YouTubers, smaller YouTubers who did cover it, but mainly just covered them playing the game. It wasn't a review. It was just them doing a silent gameplay.
Right.
So I don't know if they had any issues or not. It's just weird. Like why drop today? You know that 90% of the people are going to cover Stranger Things.
Yeah, that seems weird. Mind you, like you say, Stranger Things, they pushed it onto this day. It wasn't like this was their scheduled day, but we know how it works in the back end on the store. People know what other games are launching on the same day. It's not a surprise. So
yeah, and then the other game that launched along with this one today too. No, there wasn't. That was just the two of them, right?
No, it was today too, actually.
Yeah, was it the Tiger Blade?
Yeah, and it's a
okay. I keep thinking that. Yeah, so Tiger Blade launched today too, and I did see some gameplay for Tiger Blade, and I think this was the game that everybody should have covered because it seemed like it's, from what I can tell and what it looks like, it seems like it's way better than either Stranger Things
one
or
of these. Yeah,
it looks pretty cool. So Tiger Blade's it's a melee game, but you do have guns. So you have like a katana in one hand, and you have your like a handgun in the other hand. I don't know if you get more guns, but you have what I saw had a handgun. And you get to block the incoming bullets. It looks like you have like a time slowdown mechanic. You can block the bullets with the katana.
Right.
Looks like a very cool shooter. The graphics looks pretty good, for like a very colorful, kind of like cartoony looking graphics. But I thought they looked cool. So Tiger Blade could be the winner out of all this. But again, nobody covered Tiger Blade. Like 0 people covered Tiger Blade.
Yeah, it's got 11 ratings today on the store. Looks like it's $25.
But here's the deal too. If you're Tiger Blade or if you're Breath Edge and you think you have a decent game, why are you embargoing it until today when you know everybody's going to, when you know that already they must know, or they must have an idea that Stranger Things is launching today. It's probably embargoed to today, so nobody can drop content. So anybody who's dropping anything today is going to be Stranger Things. So nobody's
going to drop the embargo on Monday.
A week ago.
Yeah.
Drop it last week, or drop it at the beginning of the week. So then people could have covered these games. Nobody covered Tiger Blade. A couple of people. I saw one video, I think, covered Tiger Blade, and I thought it looked
I saw one video and
man.
had the 20 views or something on it. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's kind of scary. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know why developers think about doing these things. Wes said people are getting tired of playing and covering and talking about B games. I don't disagree. I'm
agree.
there. Like I'm starting to feel closer to where I'm not Roots. Where Roots is like, if it's not a AAA game that I can play flat, I don't care about it in VR. I'm not there, but I get why he has frustrations. Like, I understand it. You know what I mean? Like, I want Helldivers, D. I want Helldivers in VR. I don't want Breath Edge.
I want Helldivers flat. I want it in VR. I want that game in any format that I can get it because it's freaking awesome.
And it can be. I guarantee you could do it. Like, you could do it. You're not going to maybe get the graphics that you do, but I mean, how many enemies are on the screen in After the Fall at one time?
Shoot.
Thousands?
Oh my god.
A
Yeah.
lot?
Tons.
I don't know.
So basically, if you haven't played Helldivers, it's a first-person shooter where you have thousands of like these bug enemies coming at you and trying to kill you at one time. Like, why couldn't you do this? I mean, I guarantee it's not going to be PC quality visuals that I'm getting right now on Quest. But why can't you give me, lower grade graphics, but give me the same gameplay loop?
Yeah.
And let me be in the pod and launching down to Earth like you do in Population 1. That would be
Distracted
cool.
says in chat, he's saying because the Tiger Blade didn't get covered because they already covered it with PlayStation VR 2. Another reason why the embargo should have been last week. If this game launched on PSVR 2 already, everyone's seen it, or everyone that wants to see it has seen it. There's no reason to have Quest embargo on the day of launch. That's crazy.
That's it. What are you waiting for? What the
hell are you waiting for? This is not a secret. We've all seen it, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, it's
a bad launch.
There shouldn't be no embargo at that point if it's already been launched, and then let people cover it when they want to cover it, or at least, because the Quest version is quite a bit different. And guess what? There's a lot of audience that don't cross over from PlayStation to Quest, that don't give a shit about PlayStation, that don't watch any PlayStation videos because they don't own one. So if you've already got it released on another platform, why not let the embargo go early, or no embargo at all?
Or no embargo at all. Yeah.
And let your Quest people that want to cover Quest stuff cover it, so the people that own a Quest and don't own a PlayStation can watch it and see it
and get hyped and get ready, and
because it's too late now.
Now it's way too late now.
It's too late now. Nobody's covering it now. Nobody's covering it now, and nobody's going to cover it afterwards because guess what? The hype is over. We're moving on already. Like, we're gone. We're gone. We're going to see what's going to come out at the next week, and then the week after that. So they just hurt. They just don't think. They don't think, and they don't plan ahead. It's just dumb. Because and it's unfortunate too, because this is a game that to me looks cool. Like, to me, this is the best out of the 3 games that launched, and it didn't get any coverage. Like, unfortunate. All right, that's the 3 games. We are getting close to the end here, guys. I have one more topic I want to talk about, and man, I wish Wes would come on and talk about this because I know he's got to be excited. Maybe he'll talk in chat. Wes, if you want to come on, tell me you want to come on. I'll bring you on right now. But if you just want to talk in chat, that's cool too. But
this is super exciting.
This is exciting. So, article in I'm looking at news media site. Sony is working on an official PC support for PlayStation VR 2. So I'm going to read this article because it's a little ambiguous here of what's happening. One thing that is happening, we're going to be able to play PC games on the PlayStation VR 2.
How we're going to do that is still up in the air.
How we're going to do that is very much in the air, and it does make a difference. And I'll tell you why. So let me read the article. Sony is working on a PC support for PlayStation VR 2. It announced today. Here's exactly what Sony said in their blog post. It said, also, we're pleased to share that we are currently testing the ability for PlayStation VR 2 players to access additional games on PC to offer even more game variety in addition to the PlayStation VR 2 titles available through PlayStation 5. We hope to make this support available in 2024, so stay tuned for updates. The article goes on to say this would make PlayStation VR 2 the only recent PC-capable VR headset with OLED panels that doesn't require Steam VR, base stations, and controllers, and the most affordable headset as well. However, the text doesn't specify exactly how PC support will be delivered, such as whether it still require a PlayStation 5 as an intermediary. The original PlayStation VR was adapted to work on PC via 2 unofficial third-party drivers. Let's see. I don't want to go into all that. So yeah, you could play the original. Given most PC graphic cards don't have a USB-C port, which is how you plug your headset into the PlayStation 5, Um, the only video cards that had USB-C support, by the way, were some NVIDIA
2000
20
series.
20 series. Not all of them. Like I had a
No,
20
2080.
series MSI that did not. I had a 2080 Ti.
I don't think it was
Or
TI.
a 2080 Super, I should say. I had a 2080 Super MSI that did not have the USB-C plug on it. So
Mhm.
it's not all of them, by the way, but most of that generation or most graphics cards don't have a USB-C plug.
I
And
don't
that
think you're
was
plugging this into your computer.
right. So it's likely Sony would have to ship a PSVR 2 PC hardware adapter to make this support directly a link between your PlayStation headset and your PC.
Right.
Alternatively, Sony could be planning to stream from your PC to your PlayStation 5 over your home network, and then you would link it into your headset, basically like virtual desktop or Steam Link, how I'm playing Steam Link through my Apple Vision Pro. Basically the same way.
That's
You'd be
exactly how I think it's gonna
mirroring,
happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
you'd be mirroring what's in your PlayStation 5 to your
Yeah.
headset, which is fine. I mean, the only problem with that is if you don't own a PlayStation 5, then it fucks everything. Because
Well,
here's the
if you have a PSVR 2, you'd obviously have a PS5.
but you could go get a PSVR 2 if you don't have a PSVR 5, and for $500 you get an OLED lensed headset that's one of the best looking visual headsets on the market, and you wouldn't have to go buy a PlayStation VR 2.
Yeah,
That's the difference.
I think the official connection will be Steam Link on the PlayStation. The unofficial will be Ivory connected to a PC.
See, and to me, that's where I think it's a bit of a miss. Like I want the breakout box. Give me give me a $20 breakout box that I can
$20?
get.
You don't think it's going to be $100?
No, why did it have to be? They did
Because it's Sony.
they did the converter for the PlayStation VR 1 to work with the PlayStation 5 camera with a little converter cord that cost $20. It wasn't like they didn't charge me
Really?
$1 million. Yeah. Here's what I would want. Now, this is fantastic news either way. This is a win-win for Sony. This is big. But here's what I would want. I want to see them do a breakout box for $20. Allow me to play this headset on the PC. Then I'm in for $500 and I get one of the best visual graphic headsets on the market with whatever my PC can push out. Then I don't have to go buy a PlayStation 5. Now, does it help the people that already own a PlayStation 5? No. But the people that are out there, there's a lot of VR users out there that haven't. You were one of them, Todd. You did not want to get a PlayStation VR 2 because you didn't want to have to go buy a PlayStation 5.
I have no use for the PlayStation. I don't play PlayStation games.
Right.
The only
So
thing I play on that is Gran Turismo.
How much more attractive is a $500 PlayStation VR 2 if you can play all your Steam VR games on that headset with those visuals? That becomes one of the most, and what this article said, which was uploaded, by the way. I'm sorry I didn't give credit to the article when I was reading it, but this is uploaded, by the way. And what they say here is accurate. This would be one of the best and cheapest OLED lensed headsets on the market.
Yeah,
for PCVR, if they make it to where you can plug it into your PC. If they do it the other way, where you have to have a PlayStation 5, and then you're going to use Steam Link or some other program to mirror it into the headset, it's still a win. It's just not as big of a win.
I still think that's how it's going to happen.
There are people
I'm
out there
hoping
that
for the
do.
alternative.
Let me hear what Wes says, because he said I'm not set up for his camera. I didn't think you would be. That's why I said it. Just in case
He thinks there'll be a cable attachment or breakout box.
Yeah, he said
power and video into two cables.
There's a big demand for something like this in the PC market today, but who knows a year from now. This is what Wes said.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that's the case. I fear that it's probably more like what Todd says. I think there's a chance they could do a breakout box. And I think if they're thinking smartly and they want to sell PlayStation VR 2s, that would be a huge thing. That would be a huge thing, because you might end up getting them to buy the PlayStation 5 anyway. So if Sony's worried that, look, we need to make it go through the PlayStation 5 because we want to make sure that we have PlayStation 5s in everybody's household. So we want to make sure if they're going to be able to do this, they have to do it for the PlayStation 5. you're probably going to get them anyway. Guarantee you get somebody in a PlayStation VR 2 headset playing their PC games, and then you're going to be like, well, but you can only play. You have a headset that can play Gran Turismo 7, but you got to go get a PlayStation. Next time you
Yeah.
see PlayStation go on sale, you're going to go pick it up for Gran
Yeah.
Turismo 7, for Resident Evil 4, for Resident Evil Village,
I
for
just had a
Horizon
look,
Call of the Mountain.
and my big screen beyond is USB-C to a breakout box. And the breakout box has 3 cables on it. 1 display port and 2 USB-A cables.
So what are you saying that you think you could make it if you could make
I don't
it
know
work with
if my
with your
plate
breakout box?
no, but it makes sense that could be a way to do it if big screen can do it to get
Oh yeah,
it.
no, they can definitely do it. It's just like what you said, whether they will or not. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they could do it. I mean, they've done it in the past. I mean, a lot of these headsets have breakout boxes. The Pimax has a breakout box. The Valve Index has a breakout box.
Well, it's all attached, right? Like I'm thinking more of a third
Oh yeah,
party,
no,
like a
I don't think
disconnected device.
I don't think you make it like a PlayStation VR 1, the original,
Yeah.
the version
I
1
don't wanna
of the
see that.
PlayStation VR
Yeah.
1 breakout box. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you have some type of little, something
this
that
thing is
big.
just a tiny
Yeah,
little box that I've
you have a
got.
little box in between that plugs in, that allows you to get power and
I wonder if I
your.
plugged my PlayStation in, what it would do.
I know, right?
I might have to try that.
And that's the other thing too. Is it going to be? They just say PC games here. I don't know what that means. Does that mean Steam? Does that mean Epic? Virtual Stranger says, I hope they go big. Epic Games Store collab, Steam VR competitor. Let's go. Will they go Steam? Will they go Epic? Will they? They have to go somewhere. If you're playing PCVR games, where are you getting your PCR? How are you launching the PCVR game? That means you have to launch it on Steam, Epic. Pretty much it.
What platforms is Helldivers on?
Steam, PlayStation 5.
Steam. Yeah.
Is it on Epic? I don't know.
think
You know
it
what I
is.
used to do? I used to go pick up every Epic free game of the month, and I don't do it anymore. I used to do it every month.
I still do it.
Yeah,
Me and
no.
You still do
I
it?
do it if
still do
it
it.
looks
I just always forget now.
decent.
There was a good one this month, actually.
Bluebell says, "Okay, what is a breakout box?"
I'm grabbing her an image.
Yeah, a breakout box is just a little tiny, like something like it would be like something like the size of this battery, which is it's probably something smaller, but it would be like this, and it would have a USB-C port in Bluebell, and then you would have 3 cables coming out the back end of it. So basically, you would have your connection to the breakout box, and then the signals you would have a power, a USB-C power plug, a DisplayPort cable, and then probably another USB, like a USB 3, a USB A, and a DisplayPort cable, or an HDMI cable, or DisplayPort or an HDMI cable, right? Or so I'm thinking.
Yeah, like the picture I have up on. So
Yeah.
the orange cable comes from the big screen in this case and goes into that big box.
Yeah, it's not that big. It's
into
they're
this
like that
thing.
big.
Yeah, it's like the size of a wallet, a little smaller than a wallet. And then that breaks out into DVI, DisplayPort, and then to USB ports for power and sensors and stuff.
Wes says it's on Steam, but Helldivers is a Sony game. They've been working with Valve now for years. They will likely support VR in some capacity. Dude, if Sony makes Helldivers in VR,
right?
I want to make Helldivers in VR, like literally.
Wow, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Helldivers.
Helldivers is good. This is big news. Like this is, I don't know if everybody understands quite how big this is. Like I have been worried about the PlayStation VR 2 headset. Like worried that I don't know if there's a path back up. Like I kind of think there is if they launched a couple of big IPs, like a couple of big IPs, get people back involved and they start supporting it. I just don't know if they're in the mindset to do that. Like I think they could? Yes. Do I think they will? I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't know where Sony is on this headset right now, and it makes me nervous. Them doing this, it makes me feel better that it opens up so much to this headset. I mean, Half-Life Alyx on a PlayStation VR 2 now. Think about games in your Steam library. Think about the amazing games on your Steam library that you're going to be able to jump into now with your PlayStation VR 2 headset. Now, my question here is, what happens with the eye tracking, foveated rendering when games aren't made for the
It's
PlayStation
not gonna work.
VR2 headset, do we lose the haptics? Do we lose, how do the controllers going to work? There are questions here that I need answered and figured
But maybe
out.
they could be modded too, right? Like they with Skyrim, that game has been modded so many millions of times. They could probably add a haptics mod or something.
Right. And think about new games. So any game, think about this. Think about wow, think about this. Does this open PCVR gaming back up for a resurgence of new games? Forget about the old games that you can play on this PlayStation now. Think about what developers are back in. Are developers thinking now again? Now I can tap into the Sony market on Steam or on Epic. Do I think about making a version of my game on Steam again now? Or maybe I had said I'm not going to do it. It's not worth it for me to do anymore. But now
or developers, do they now go to Steam and don't go to PlayStation VR 2, like to the Sony store? Because you go to Steam, you get both. Right? You'll get your PlayStation players and you'll get your Sony players. Well, not all of them, obviously, if you don't have a PC, but
yeah, I mean, it could open up a lot.
It'll be an interesting few months, yeah.
And especially if they make it easy. If they make it easy, like again, you could do it on the PlayStation VR 1, but it was a modded version of doing it. It wasn't easy to do. But if they make it easy where it's just a button press and all of a sudden you're in your Steam VR library and you can pull any game up, that and this being officially done by Sony, I assume that's what it's going to be. Like,
right.
They're not going to make it they're not going to make it difficult to do. So
it'll be a button you click.
But this could be huge. It could change developers' minds of, do I make a Steam VR game? Do I make a PC version of the game I'm making? Where I can tell you right now, most of the developers I'm talking to, the only reason they're making a Steam VR version is so creators can record in Steam because it's easier with OBS. A lot of times they're like, I know I'm probably not going to make much money in Steam right now, so do I bother doing it? I'll do it for because for the creators, but I don't really care about it. Like the juice isn't worth the squeeze there right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's not enough money to be made on Steam. For most games. For some games, it's still doable, but most games they're thinking about Quest first because that's where all the players are. But this could change here. This could change the mindset when you open up a whole new market to it, especially if they open it up to where this headset can be bought without a PlayStation 5 to run PCVR games. Then you have another headset on the market.
That's the dream. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you have another viable headset on the market that you can go do cool shit with on your PC. That's not, locked into the PlayStation 5 ecosystem.
Yeah.
That's exciting, dude. I did not know this was coming. I had no clue. I don't think anybody
did. It just dropped today.
Yeah. And it was talked about a little bit, but we talked about it internally within like Impact Reality, but I didn't see a ton of people talking about this today.
Oh, there's a ton of videos out now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of people are like Tyrell did a really good one. I watched him and Arterial Woods, right?
Good. That's good.
Yeah, there's a bunch of videos out there now.
There should be. I mean, this is big news, man. This is pretty hard. This is pretty hardcore. I was worried about this headset. I feel much better today than I did yesterday about the PlayStation VR 2 because what I've said all along is this is a great headset. I've never been upset with the PlayStation VR 2. I've been upset with Sony and how they've treated the headset. Like to me, the headset deserves better, and they kind of didn't do very well to support the headset. I think the gaming on last year on the PlayStation VR 2 is some of the best gaming I've ever done. But I have a problem with Sony and the way that they've marketed it and the way they've gone about things and the way they promoted it. This changes things. This changes things now. This is a big move for Sony too, opening their headset up to a different ecosystem.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. And they say it's this year, so keep your eyes on the channel. We'll definitely be covering as we hear more and more about it. But
yeah,
who knows? And like Wes says, like, are they gonna have this working before the Deckard drops? Hopefully, if they were smart, they would, because all focus will be on the Deckard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or whatever it's called.
That will change everything.
Yeah.
Todd, we talked on Tuesday night that we almost didn't do a show tonight. because
Right?
there was nothing to talk about.
We were like,
Literally,
"There's
we were
nothing to
sitting
talk
there
about."
with
Tiger
the
Blade.
patrons, and I'm like, "What the fuck do we?" I couldn't even think of 3 things to put on the thumbnail. I'm
Yep.
like, "What the hell do we talk about?" I'm like, "I don't want to talk about, I go, I had Stranger Things." I go, "But other than that, like, I don't know what we're like. What's thumbnail worthy here to put on there? I mean, we putting Tiger Blade in the thumbnail. We're gonna put, I mean, what are we doing here?" Like, I was like, do we? And I've never
We're
canceled a
sick of talking about the Apple Vision Pro, so we don't want to
yeah,
talk
I'm
about
like,
that
we're
anymore.
not talking about Apple. And what do we end up doing? We end up talking about the Apple Vision Pro in the beginning.
Well,
But
I
but
love
literally,
that.
I've never canceled a show because, or we've never canceled a show because of lack of,
Lack of
we've canceled
content.
shows because we weren't around, or we, schedules didn't make it work. We've never canceled a show just because I don't know nothing to talk about. But literally, we were that. I was like, man, I don't know if we should do this. And then what happens? Boom. Big news. Like I'm like, man, I don't know what's going to happen between now and then, but I hope we have something. And literally, we were texting our thumbnail guy this morning to give us a new thumbnail.
Oh my God. New thumbnail.
Wes said, I told you a month ago to give the PlayStation VR 2 another month. Remember? You did. You did.
Yeah.
I didn't give up on it. Like, I still think it's a great headset. I was just nervous. Like, and Wes, I mean, I think you have to admit too. I mean, maybe you were hopeful. You had to be nervous. I mean, if you had to be nervous of, I don't know where they're going to go with this headset. I don't know how much support they're going to continue to give to the headset. But them doing something like this is big, man. And I definitely feel better now about Sony's path. And Wes said, they could have one of the best libraries ever now. Like, that's the case, man. You got that headset, and you got all your Steam games, and you got all your PlayStation VR 2 games. And then if they ever start bringing some PlayStation VR 1 games back to the PlayStation VR 2 that were released, like Astrobot or, Blood and Truth, or, some of those classic games, they bring those up. I mean, there is a path here for this headset. That's what's maddening with me with Sony. Like, there is a path here to make this a successful headset. It's just like they get in front of themselves and they don't see it. And now you have Jim Ryan out, somebody new coming in. We don't know what that new person thinks about virtual reality. Like, where are we now? Like, I'd love to know what Sony truly thinks about VR and where they are now and what they have planned for the future. Wes says, I knew something was coming 100%. I was not expecting PCR. Yeah. Well,
I don't think anybody was. That was a shock. Yeah.
No, I wasn't at all. I mean, it's a huge departure for Sony, which I think it's great. It's great. Can't wait, man. I love the headset. I do. I love the headset. I know Todd thinks it's uncomfortable, but it doesn't bother. It's hot for me. That's about the only thing.
The only part that really is uncomfortable for me is when you're not using it and you need to look around your space. Every other headset I have, the Index is comfortable. Mind you, the Pimax is not comfortable, but the Quest is comfortable. The Pico is comfortable. You can put them up on your forehead and, answer your phone or talk to your wife or, apologize to the dog because you kicked him. You can't.
Dare you kick your dog.
As soon as I put it on my forehead, it feels like I'm bleeding. It is so fucking uncomfortable. That's my only real gripe. Like, I hate that. I hate it.
Guys, we're at midnight tonight at my time. I think it is a good spot to wrap
It's
up.
only 10.
Midnight. I want to go play some Helldivers.
Still got
I gotta
time.
eat some dinner and play
Where
some
I'm going.
Helldivers.
I gotta go eat some supper.
Wrap it up, B.
Yeah, I think this is a good spot to end it. I think it's been a good night to talk about, some not so, great Quest games at launch, but I think, we got some more stuff to look forward to. There's some things coming that you don't even know about yet. Hopefully with a very short period of time. So keep your head up for Quest. I think everything's gonna be fine there. You're gonna have some good games coming. I know of some games coming in March and April of this year that look very, very promising. Some stuff that you've never even played before in VR that can be very interesting. So there's good things coming for the Quest. Big news for PlayStation, and I love my Apple Vision Pro. I think it's one of the best headsets I've ever worn. I just want to keep saying that because I love it.
Gotta keep telling people.
But thank you guys for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. If you guys could do us a favor on your way out the door, hit the thumbs up. Will you? Only got 23 thumbs up in here, and we got a whole bunch of people watching. Would love for you guys to hit the thumbs up. It absolutely helps us with the asshole algorithm that YouTube runs on us. So if we could do that, we appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. We are less than 10 away from 7,200 subscribers. We're kicking ass. It seems like we just hit $7 grand. We're almost at 72 already. But yeah, if you're not subscribed, please do so. And if you are subscribed, tell somebody else, come hang out with us. Every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern time, we're all here hanging out. Dee's here to do the, yeah, she does.
Yeah, she does.
Thanks, D. We appreciate it. All right, guys. I don't think we'll be having any virtual strangers this weekend. Wes is going through some things, which I'm sure he'll tell you about in his own time. But keep him in your thoughts, unless he says something differently. But I don't know if I'll see you this weekend at all. But if not, I'm sure we'll see you again on Monday for Crewcast, and then we'll be back next week with a very special episode of Q2C VR Gamer. Night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Peace.